Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show, brought to you by BetUS. It's a Monday night football game, Bucs versus Ravens, live from Tampa, Florida. Things are about to kick off, so let's get right into it. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me, my fellow co-host of the Pewter Game Day Show and colleague, Josh Queipo. Josh, you ready for some primetime football?
Boy, am I, Matt. Last time the Bucs and the Ravens faced off, it was a primetime game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't turn out well for the Bucs then, but this is a different team, definitely on offense. And excited to see what they can do against this very good Baltimore team.
Yeah, Baltimore's won 5 in a row. The Bucs won their last game and scored 51 points. And the good news is they're getting the ball first. And they've won every single time that they've gotten the football first. So hopefully that trend continues. Hopefully the Bucs can keep scoring on their opening drive as Sean Tucker, part of the three-headed monster at running back, takes the ball and takes a knee. Bucs will start at the 25.
Yeah, one of the things that evaded the Bucs last year was the ability to score on their opening drive. Not so much the case this year. I want to say they've scored on their opening drive several weeks in a row now.
Last 3 games, yes.
Yeah.
That quantifies as several. And let's see, Rachaad White starts in the game at running back, but actually lines up to the outside. So an empty backfield for the Bucs. Baker is going to step up. He's going to run right away. And the calculated running of Baker Mayfield continues. It was a topic of conversation where Baker Mayfield did not want to be compared to Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Jayden Daniels. And yet here he is running on the first play.
I mean, officially in this game book, at this moment in time, Baker Mayfield has outrushed Lamar Jackson.
Yes, that is true. That is quite accurate. And that's why sometimes the stats tell one thing, but don't tell the whole story. Bucs are going to run it with Rachaad White, who gets about a yard as boos start raining down from Raymond James Stadium. I'm just kidding. I don't have the volume on. I don't know if they're.
I was like, how could you tell? You had me perplexed.
Some people are going to be like, Rachaad White's in the game. Are you kidding me?
No. So Liam Cohen said each of the 3 backs are going to get a drive, and then from there they'll see what they can do. Well, this will help Rachaad White.
Rachaad White. Yep. He's to the 50. Little catch and run, tackled out of bounds. Well done, Rachaad White. Welcome back.
And the boos turn to cheers as everybody just starts saying, move him to wide receiver 3.
Yes, people have joked about that. Thankfully, the Bucs are getting healthier at wide receiver. And, yeah, I mean, great read by Baker Mayfield. Nobody went with Rachaad White, so that was as easy as a throw and catch as you'll get.
One of the most interesting things I'm seeing on this offensive drive is, Matt, have you noticed who wide receiver 3 is?
I see Jalen McMillan out there once again, so maybe his hamstring has healed up a little bit more.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, McMillan has had quite a few downs, and in addition to a couple of ups during his limited time to start this season. I'm pro Sterling Shepard being wide receiver 3 right now with some Trey Palmer, and let McMillan kind of develop behind the scenes. The Bucs seem to have a lot of faith in the rookie, still throwing him out there.
Yeah, I kind of want to see a combo of Shepard and Trey Palmer. Palmer coming back from that concussion injury. But enjoyed what he did in that game against the Eagles, so why not give him some opportunities? But yeah, Sterling Shepard has really picked up the slack as well with the other guys out. And Bucky Irving's in the game now. They're going to run it with Bucky, who immediately hits the hole and gets about 4 or 5 yards, should set up a third and about 4.
Saw a cool stat about Trey Palmer today. ESPN Analytics, Seth Walder, who I think runs their analytics department, I guess they now have a way to quantify how much yardage receivers can chew up within the first 3 seconds of their route. Trey Palmer, number 2 in the entire NFL at 11.9 yards.
That's a very cool stat and a fun fact. Kate Otten will go in motion. Bucs are at the 40, so right out of field goal range. They run it with Bucky Irving.
They better be like 4 down. Like knew they were going to do 4 downs to make that call.
Yeah.
I'm going to be up in arms if they. Okay, they are keeping the offense out there.
Yeah. I like it. Todd Bowles being aggressive, trusting his team. Haven't seen a ton of 4th down situations for the Bucs this year. Some, but especially not this early in the game. I like that they're going for it. I'm just observing. Baker lines up under center. Sean Tucker's in the game as well. Looks like Baker is adjusting the play. McMillan goes in motion. They hand it to McMillan. He's got a hole. He's going to get the first down and more. The creativity of the Bucs.
Cohen in his bag.
Field. Yes.
Cohen
very nice.
In his bag.
And a good play for Jalen McMillan, too. There's no doubt about it. He's going to walk early on this creative run play. And he's pumped up.
That is awesome.
6 run plays and 1 pass for the Bucs. Of course, the first play of the game was supposed to be a pass. It looks like Sterling Shepard's going to come in as wide receiver 3. Sean Tucker in the backfield as Shepard goes in motion. Little play action.
There it is.
Baker has time.
There it is.
Down the field.
There it is.
Down, Mike.
Number 100.
Keep it 100 for Mike Evans. 100 career receiving touchdowns. Bang, bang, bang. 100 career touchdown receptions for the greatest offensive player in Buccaneers history. Big time congrats to Mike as you see the graphic. We had it ready. Of course we had it ready. And let's play the video. The kick by Austin is good, and the Bucs immediately go up 7-0. Man, Josh, what an opening drive.
Yeah, I mean, the one that just had me perplexed was that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 run for Bucky Irving. But that the fact that like they already had it figured out, this is 4 down territory. We know it. We've got this great play in our bag ready to go for 4th and short. McMillan on the end around, and Liam Cohen's scripting on the first drive of the game has been absolutely on point all year long.
Oh, it has been. I mean, that's 4 weeks in a row now, I believe, with an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, this has been phenomenal, and Cohen is absolutely in the running for coordinator of the year. Is that even an award they give out? I know they do assistant coach.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
How's the chat feeling, Matt?
I will get to the chat in just a second. I'm also going to update the score because the Bucs are winning. The Bucs are winning.
My opponent in fantasy football has Mike Evans. That I'll take.
Yeah,
I
did not. I did not play Mike this week because a Monday game didn't know if he was going to play and how impactful he would be. But I had Devontae Smith and Jamison Williams, who both combined for 2 catches and -2 yards. So go figure.
Sorry to hear that, buddy. I had
all right.
I sat Rachaad White in favor of Xavier Legette. So.
Oh. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, Legette went for 2 catches, 3 yards, 6 rushing yards, and 19 kick return yards. Netted me less than 4 points. And I think Rachaad may already have that with his 1 catch for the day.
Yeah,
Almost.
right.
Almost, yeah.
Mike Evans, another grandiose moment.
Look at that. Just found the corner.
Wide open, too.
Yeah, no, it's great spacing because you had Sterling Shepard coming around on that motion who had to pull the safety and vacated that corner. So again,
a lot of
making
LFGs. A lot of LFGs in the chat. So yeah, a lot of that. Farouk Kawab says Liam is levels upon levels above Canales and Leftwich. Diesel Roche says Mike hurting already. Lord. Angelina S. They had the Ravens on their toes and out of position. Ravens are going to return this opening kick. They got some room out to the 35, so pretty wise decision by them. Tackled by Kokeef. And shout out to Barry Moore, who says, greetings from Australia. Go Bucs. Got a let's go from Jody Thomas watching on Facebook. And your boy, Jonathan Fuentes, says, glad the Browns decided Baker wasn't their future. Very true.
All right. Now the real test begins here. The Ravens, 12 personnel. They're going to attack the middle of the field where Lamar has been damn near perfect. Obviously try to get Derrick Henry rolling as they did on their first run there for 3 yards. Bucs are going to have to try and control that.
Great question by Bucs fan. Did Mike hold on to that ball? Probably not, because he always gets the ball into the end zone, and he always forgets about his milestones. But in fairness to Mike, he's had a million milestones. So how do you keep track of all of them?
Now, Todd Bowles said Tyreek Funderburk and Josh Hayes would both get time on the outside opposite Zion McCollum. It looks like they're starting with Funderburk. Yeah.
As Zay Flowers goes in motion. Looks like it went to Lamar Jackson. Jackson hit by Antoine Winfield Jr. goes down. That was a designed run. And a first down for the Ravens. MJRVI wants to know, is Vita playing? Yes, he is.
Scott Reynolds
on the screen right now, too.
Yep, Scott Reynolds was the one to first break that news this morning. That Vita
did. Yes, he did.
How's the rat tail looking, Matt?
Pretty sweet, I would say. Pretty sweet. Ravens at midfield. They fake a pitch, then go screen to Zay Flowers, who has plenty of room. JTS with some good hustle, but not until an 11-yard gain for Zay Flowers.
Good job by Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle for the Ravens, getting out there, covering up Tyreek Funderburk, and giving Flowers the room necessary to go and pick up that first down. Funderburk had a difficult game last week, especially with tackling and just being physical.
Yeah. And we're already off to a high-scoring start. Bucs get a touchdown on their opening drive. Ravens are moving as they pitch it to Derrick Henry. Henry's tackled for a loss. The ball is loose. The ball is down. It's picked up by KJ Britt. Is that a fumble? Oh, man. I don't know about that one. He's either going to be a nice tackle for a loss or a fumble in the Bucs ball.
Looks like they're
Ravens
saying...
don't seem to be freaking out, and the Bucs don't seem to be celebrating.
Looks like it was a tackle.
Yeah, he was down. But, hey, nice job. Funderburk takes on the blocker. Kalijah Cansey's there. And I have to admit, very cool cleats from Derrick Henry as well. So 2nd and 11.
Oh, Yaya Diaby.
Oh, Yaya answered Lamar Jackson. He takes him down. He takes him down. Time to play the stack video. And we also get to put up that graphic, which we haven't gotten to do too many times. Yaya Diaby with a big-time sack on Lamar Jackson.
Diaby going up against...
of the year.
Yeah, Diaby going up against rookie Rosengarten out of Notre Dame, your favorite college. Oh, and it looks like they're going to get him again!
Oh, you know what that means? You know what that means? We're going to play the video again.
Let's go!
Jr. records his first sack of the season. And we talked about it during the week, Josh. I mean, we know how much of a threat Lamar is with his legs and what Derrick Henry can do as a runner. But like even early in the season, and obviously the Ravens have corrected it because they've been scoring a lot of points lately. But if you get in the Ravens into, must pass situations, yes, Lamar is always going to be, and he is a good passer, but he's also always going to be a neutralizer with his legs. But a lot of times he's had to bail out the offensive line and their pass protection. And he saw right there, if you have enough guys and you stay in your lanes, you're able to, still get him. So, man, what a start for this game. Shutting down Derrick Henry and then 2 sacks on Lamar Jackson. Couldn't have really drawn it up any better.
Yeah, I mean, there are some holes on that Baltimore line. Right guard Daniel Falele out of Minnesota, I think he's in year 2. He's a physically imposing guy because he's like 6'8", like 360. But he's had some troubles this year, especially early on. Looked like he was getting better over these last couple of weeks. And then they are starting a rookie right tackle. I just started to talk about that when they got their second sack.
Yes, you did.
I think it's Rosengarten is his last
Rosengarten.
name.
He was at the Senior Bowl.
He was, yeah. So, in that first sack with Diaby, the Bucs ran a stunt where Rosengarten, it looked like he thought he had inside help from Derrick Henry to help pick up Diaby, who loves to rush that inside, but Henry had to pick up Levante David coming around from depth, and there was nobody to help him out. Easy sack for Diaby. And then on the second one, the Bucs were able to overload the left side of the offensive line and get a free rusher in there, actually 2 free rushers there. So far, it looks like communication issues on the Baltimore offensive line has led to a drive killer. And things couldn't be going better for the Bucs right now through one offensive and one defensive drive.
Absolutely, positively, Josh. And the last thing I'll say about that first drive, too, is the big plays the Ravens had. One was essentially a screen to Zay Flowers, and the other one was the one where Lamar Jackson tucked it and ran. So in the past, when the Bucs have struggled, they've gotten beat down the field. I mean, we all know the Thursday night game against Atlanta. But in this game so far, and it's very early, but with Jackson needing to go down the field, he just wasn't able to. So that was a good sign as well. Of course, they're going to want to pick on Tyreek Thunderberg with just, not having Jamel Dean. And they won't have Jamel Dean for at least the next 4 games because he was put on injured reserve today along with Cameron Johnson. They did activate Ernest Brown, the defensive tackle, who was on that he was in that 21-day window of where he could be, practice window where he could be elevated or activated at any time. So Bucs get their second drive of the first quarter. See if they can continue this great start. As they go play action again, Baker has time. He's going to run. He's continuing to dipsy doodle. Then he throws it down the field. It's caught by Bucky Irving. Holy smokes. Baker Mayfield doing everything, and Bucky Irving, happy to help, gets the Bucs a first down. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like, was that Travis Jones who ended up getting in on a delayed stunt? And then Baker just made the play right with his scrambling and finding Bucky there.
Man. I said before, this is going to be an entertaining matchup. This is very entertaining. Yeah. Sterling Shepard goes in motion. They run it with Bucky. Gets about 2 or 3 yards. Remember, the Ravens have the best run-stopping defense in the league. So running the football is not going to be easy. But already the Bucs are at least making a little ground.
Yeah, and what they've done so far is they've showed that they're going to run the ball and that the offense can be effective, even if the run game isn't super efficient, which should allow for, like that first play was a play action. It should allow for the play action to continue to hit downfield.
Mike Evans touchdown, play action.
Yep, absolutely.
This, unless they design a run with Baker, this looks like another pass play with Bucky lined out all the way left and Kate Otten all the way right. They throw it over the middle. It's caught by Chris. Praise be to Godwin. Welcome to the game, Chris Godwin, who began the weekend third. Oh, my God. Mike held on to the football. That's great.
I was just noticing that.
Godwin, entering into Sunday when all the other teams played, was third in the NFL in receiving yards.
I could really use him keeping that going. Now this is a mismatch in my opinion. Mike Evans against Wiggins on the outside. Wiggins is a very light corner.
Third and 2 for the Bucs. Baker throwing, caught by Jalen McMillan again. Very important, but there's a flag on the play. Golly.
Oh, that's going to be helpful, though.
Roughing the passer.
There's an extra 15 yards.
Yeah. Matabuke. We talked about him earlier on the Pewter pregame show. Yeah, I mean, can't hit him in the face. That's a very well-known rule. Good thing Baker's got that visor, though. Not going to get poked in the eye like Bobby Boucher in The Waterboy doing the Captain Insano move.
When you guys did the pregame, have we adjusted his first name correctly?
Nnamdi, yes.
Nnamdi. I've always liked that name.
Yeah. Like Nnamdi Asamoah.
Asamoah. Bucs in 21.
Yeah, pony. And Rachaad White gets the ball and immediately a great play.
Oh, pony package. With this personnel and how well the pony package works, it does make me kind of wish that these players and this offensive coordinator were with the Colts or the Broncos.
Yeah. They're showing another video of Mike. He's still pretty banged up, but making his impact with the team. They run it with Bucky Irving on second down, and he gets close to the marker. It looks like he got it, but either way, it'll be either a first down or third and inches. Oh, the ref already signaled first down. Look at this Bucs team, man. Look at this Bucs team.
This is this is one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, there is no
1-5 in a row.
Yeah, there's no hedging. Like, they are towards the top in offensive EPA. The defense is more middle of the pack, but amazing against the run. This is a legit statement from the Bucs right now.
They got to finish it, though, as they go play action.
That's going to help.
Like a screen for Bucky Irving, who makes a great move all the way up the field to the 10-yard line. That play could have been stopped for no gain, but he saw the defender come in, stop, and then cut back to the right.
Great job by Ben Bredesen there to execute the block that helps spring him and keep pushing. Who is that? That might have been Kyle Hamilton right there.
Love.
It's Simpson, but Trenton Simpson. But yeah, fantastic job by Bredesen to spring that block.
Yeah, love the read by Bucky. Trey Palmer's in the game as well. And it's a screen to Rachaad White, who heads up the field, bumps into Cody Mauch a little bit. Hamilton makes a shoestring tackle. Nonetheless, a positive gain. Leo Cohn's probably like, damn, we scored so quickly on the first drive. I still have half of my script I still need to get to. Minute 12 to go in the first quarter. It has been all Buccaneers.
And you can see it on the Ravens' faces. They feel like they've been punched in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Baker looking, throwing towards the end zone. Not home. Intended for Mike Evans. I don't hate the idea. I mean, Mike has been so banged up, and you want to use him as much as you can, but understanding that he's not 100%, just make him a red zone guy.
Yep. He's lethal down there.
6 touchdowns on the year.
That was Baker's first incompletion of the game.
Wow. See if the Bucs can keep the drive going.
Oh, the pass protection there is phenomenal.
Baker has time. He's
there
running around. He's running a little bit more. He throws.
There it is.
Praise be to Godwin. Chris Godwin scores on 3rd and goal. Is there a penalty or something? Todd Bowles? Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone
man.
stopped.
They get worse for that? Yep, they got worse for that.
Worse is not happy about it.
He seems to disagree.
Let's see. That's a terrible.
Right there? Oh, man.
Second. That's a rough one. All right, 3rd and goal, but they're going to be at the 20, essentially. Not easy to score from there, but hey, if anyone can do it, maybe it's the Bucs. Screen to Cade Otton. I like the idea. Otton goes towards the middle. Oh, man, he's close. Oh. What do you think, Josh? Go for it or take the points?
I'm always a go for a guy, but the smart thing to do here is take the points.
Yeah. I like the design. I think a lot of people, when you think screen, you think, all right, they're just going to throw it to the running back. But they had a screen to Cade Otton a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty effective. Chase McLaughlin will come on. Snap is good. Kick is up. And it's good. Bucs lead 10-0, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting, we're still pleading with the referee. By the way, we will have Aaron Jacobson from the Pat and Aaron show coming on at halftime. And then, as we do every week, Tom Krasnicki, a.k.a. T. Kraz, will be on at the end of the 3rd, pretty much that commercial break between the 3rd and 4th. So T. Kraz will be on. So excited to chat with them. We'll get to some comments as well. When we're watching, it's a little bit behind where some of you guys are watching. So don't want to get spoiled with things that happen in the game beforehand. But Jordan Witchoy says 2 scores is 2 scores. Jeff the Champ says that was some BS. Lucas Batiste says, I'm convinced every ref wants us to lose. Husker Central says that was a horrible call. Q's44 says they're using my name, Buck and Tuck. LOL. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that, but yeah, you were there from the jump. So shout out to you. Yeah. Pewter people and Bucs fans seem very upset about that holding call right now.
Yeah. I'm upset about that holding call.
Yeah, me too. All right. Ravens go play action. They blitzed. Oh, man.
JTS got some air on that one.
Yeah. That was so close. So close. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Bucs lead 10-0. So this is probably a good time to talk about our friends over at Autograph, where you can get all of Pewter Report's Bucs coverage on one app. Not a Pewter Report app, but the Autograph app. So Autograph was what you already do as a fan. It's reading blogs, it's listening to podcasts, watching breakdowns, all in one place, and it earns you rewards for every act of fandom that you do. Now, they do have it for the Bucs. You can get all your Bucs coverage on Autograph. You could do it for plenty of other sports as well. If you have a favorite NBA team, the WNBA just ended. Congratulations to the New York Liberty for winning the championship. Major League Baseball, fantasy football, and, of course, NCAA sports as well. It was co-founded by Tom Brady, former Buccaneers quarterback, now turned play-by-play guy and partial NFL owner. And Brady co-founded this because he's of the belief that devotion should be rewarded and the future of fandom belongs to the fans. So you can read Pewter Report news, watch Pewter Report videos and podcasts, and get rewarded all-in-one free app if you sign up using the promo code Pewter. It's Pewter. It's completely free, and it's good on Androids and iPhones. So if you're one of those people that likes to ruin group chats and turn the texting to green, you'll still be okay in Autograph's book. So shout out Autograph and use the promo code Pewter. That's Pewter. Looks like I got you again, John.
It's just I can't stand texting with green bubble people.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst.
Oh man, we said it last week, and I'll say it again. This game's going by fast.
Yeah, I don't mind it, especially if it's a primetime game.
Yeah, absolutely. My connection is going in and out, so I may not be with you.
Yeah, no worries.
When they come back from commercial.
We, technology can only do so much. Jeff the Champ says, has 3 laughing, crying emojis and says, Matt, that's facts. I think talking about the
blue bubble, green bubble.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you got to make that
tackle.
tackle.
The Ravens?
Somebody's got to make a tackle.
I believe that was Zion. Now Zay Flowers running wild. Antoine Winfield Jr. ends up making the tackle. I think that's already 3 tackles for Antoine Winfield Jr. One of my prop bets was over 5.5 tackles. So don't like seeing it all the way down the field like that, but well done.
Yeah, and I have Antoine on my fantasy team.
That's IDP. Right. Yeah, you do the IDP. Yeah, so Winfield already has 3.
Yeah, did it look like Zay might have gotten hurt on that play? Oh,
yeah,
the Bucs are up on
the ground. Another. Oh nope, they can't. I spoke too soon. Winfield with another tackle. That's 4. Yeah, that's big though. If Flowers is going to be out for a while, he's really the only guy. Likely made that previous catch on the last play of the first quarter, but Flowers has really been the only guy that's done stuff for the Ravens.
Also on my fantasy team.
Yeah, me too. Here comes King Henry. Winfield with another tackle. Did he already hit?
He may have hit your over already.
Yeah, it's at 5 now.
Hey, Antoine Winfield already has me 10.5 fantasy points.
That's awesome. Ravens have moved down pretty quickly. I mean, they're not an easy group to stop. Shouldn't say it's surprising. He goes, I thought it was going to be a screen. Winfield makes another tackle. Flowers moving in and out now. Look like the Ravens are trying to go no huddle as well. Bucs send the blitz. Oh, wide open over the middle. And Mark Andrews, Baker Mayfield's good friend, ends up scoring. And the tight ends have made their presence in this game, Josh. Likely had a couple of catches.
Yep.
And Andrews ends up with the touchdown. Bucs lead is cut to 10-7.
Yeah, and a lot of those yards came middle of the field.
Yes.
Some poor tackling. And those are the 2 Achilles heels of that Bucs defense this year, has been tackling and middle of the field in the pass game.
Right. Flowers had the big play as Justin Tucker's extra point is good, making it 10-7. If Flowers gets tackled right away, who knows how the end of this drive goes? Because the opening drive, it was all about the Bucs getting the Ravens into that 2nd and long, 3rd and long situation. They didn't have that opportunity this time around with the big chunk plays.
Well, this is a ball game, Matty.
Yeah, and high scoring, which we'll all take for those that had the over. Christopher Oxentine says, missed false start on the TD. I did not see that, but I will take your word for it. Frank G says KJ Britt is the Ryan Neal. Tom says, get Britt off the field. I'm convinced the backup middle linebacker is better. Talking about JJ Russell.
Tom, if you're going to say that, you got to know the backup middle linebacker's name. I do like the picture of the dog, though. Oh, yeah. And for those following along at home, since I have documented this saga on these game day threads, we think we have found a home for the stray dog we took in last month. We've named the dog Coda. Coda is currently at a sleepover with somebody who is prepared to take her in permanently, pending how well Coda gets on with her cat. So, fingers crossed. I am going to get my first good night's sleep in 6 weeks tonight. And hopefully it's the first of May.
Well, that's great news. And just a super cool gesture of you to even take care of the dog in the first place. But yeah, hopefully it's a great sleepover. Backed by a Bucs win as well.
That would be even better. Always nice to cover a winning team.
Yeah. ESPN has gotten to the crazy graphics aspect of their Monday Night Football program. That is cool, though, Baker on the pirate ship.
I want to get your opinion on this. I've seen, especially the WDAE guys have been all over this today. The Manning cast lacks any former Bucs. Your thoughts and opinions, as it features many former Ravens players.
Yeah, so it has, who's on it? Ed Reed, and Flacco's still in the league, but
right.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to kind of equal it out. I'm not freaking out about it, but you could have gone. I mean, you could have gone Bruce Arians, who they've had on before, and obviously has a connection with Peyton Manning. I know Bruce is at the game tonight. You could have gone Rondé. That would have been really cool.
Gerald McCoy would have been a great guest for them to have.
100% agree. That would have been great. If you want to go celebrity fan, I think Bert Kreischer would have been fun. You at least have a little bit of a Bucs connection there.
I do like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Scott Hansen, the red zone guy, but there's not really a connection to the Bucs there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sean Tucker on the run. Bucs got lucky too with the blitz came from the left side, or I guess the right side. The Bucs ran it to the left. But yeah, 5-yard gain for Sean Tucker. He's now getting his audition.
Yep. So pending Tucker's ability what he shows performance on this drive, feels like Bucky had a slightly better drive than Shad, right?
I would say so, but the only drive the Bucs have scored a touchdown was when Rachaad White started. So
that is true. Bucky with 2 catches for 29 yards, Rachaad 2 for 20. Bucky with 4 carries for 13 yards.
Oh, Baker lost the football. Looks like it was recovered by Tristan Wirfs. There is a flag on the play as well. It looked like Baker was trying to maybe dish the ball off last second.
Yeah.
But we'll see the call.
Baker is signaling that it is against the Ravens.
There you go. First down, Tampa Bay. And Mike Evans draws the penalty. So Big Mike having a big game.
I was contacted by a reader of ours who said that there is a fantasy football site that apparently has been tracking yards gained off of defensive pass interference. And Mike Evans is the all-time leader ever since they started tracking it, taking it over for Randy Moss.
That's pretty cool. Of course, one of Mike's favorite players, who he's chasing many stats and records as well, or has chased.
So, I've said this. I think I said it last week with you. Out of the three backs that the Bucs have, Sean Tucker to me has the most juice, like just explosiveness through the hole. I think his ability to, run over guys because he's just like he looks like he has 3% body fat. Like the one thing with Tucker is can he pass protect, and if he can, then I think he's RB1 out of the three.
Sean Tucker, in my opinion, as he runs again on second down, has the closest ability to, it feels like he has the chance to break one every single time for a big score. And I don't feel that with Rachaad White. I feel that a little bit with Bucky Irving.
I just don't think Bucky has the long speed.
Yeah, it's just something with Sean Tucker. Like, he's able to read the situation right away where, he can go to a different spot where he doesn't always have to, like, break the tackle. He just runs away from the tacklers. As Baker finds Rachaad White. Rachaad White, say what you want about him as a runner. He's been making a huge impact tonight in the passing game, as a lot of us expected. That's another first down for the Bucs, another third down conversion as well.
Rachaad now leads the team in targets, catches, and receiving yards for the night. 3, 3, and 33.
Very cool.
Yeah, just a great job in terms of the play concept, catching the Ravens in man coverage and then forcing Roquan Smith to have to sift through a whole bunch of bodies coming back the other way, giving White all sorts of room out in the flat.
Nice cut by Rachaad White as well. That's going to get him about 8 yards. So the Bucs finding success running the football against this vaunted Ravens rushing defense.
You mean to tell me Rachaad White's a good running back too? Who would have guessed it? Not me.
All good, baby.
And a lot of this comes down to, and I think, this is one where I'd really like to praise Pewter Report over some of the other media outlets out there. We've done a really good job of documenting the true issues with the run game being more schematic than player personnel.
Another screen to Cade Otton, and ends up being a first down. Had potential for a huge play. That's the second screen pass to Otton. Bucs trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Ravens. Appreciate Cincy Kid saying praise be to Pewter Report. No, it's praise be to Cowan. I agree with M as well. Says that was a bullet to Otton. Yeah, it did seem like Baker flung it in there, but he kind of had to with the pass rush. First and 10 for the Bucs. They are in field goal range. Sterling Shepard goes in motion. They hand it off with White. Solid 3-4 yards.
And for the Bucs to be doing this against a Ravens defense is pretty impressive. I mean, it hasn't been explosive yet, but again, given the talent of the opposition, it's been fairly impressive.
I like this comment from Baby Boy 2 Demand says, Culp on that tight end screen would be crazy interesting. Yeah, given his speed.
Yeah. It's an athletic
Second and 7 for the Bucs. Baker has time. Throwing down the field, looking for Evans. He's doesn't have it.
Oh.
And they almost that police officer came within a second of true annihilation. Mike is grabbing his hamstring.
Yeah, that's not
He
good.
looks to be in a lot of pain. And you hate seeing it. Actually, both players are injured. Mike had it too. But maybe the pain of the hamstring. And again, I don't know how the police officer didn't get hit.
Not good.
No. Unfortunately. I mean, Mike was already hobbled. I don't think I can't say it's like shocking, but he wasn't 100%.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at Mike, but the Green Flamingo says cops awareness GTA Vice City level.
That is, I get the reference, but I never played Grand Theft Auto, so.
Now the worry, obviously, like, Bucs want to win this game. They want to be a successful team. A side plot is Mike Evans in the 1,000 yards, which is in serious jeopardy if Mike is not able to play anymore today or this season. I'm not saying he's out for the season. I'm just saying. Let's see.
What was really interesting too, and I documented this earlier this week, as a matter of fact, is Evans had not been getting deep targets up until this point in the season. 6 games, he only had 5 targets of 20-plus air yards. I want to say he got 2 or 3 already in the first half before, well, including that shot into the end zone there. He's walking off, but obviously very, very hobbled, a noticeable limp. And he does not seem very happy with how he feels.
Honestly, knowing Mike, I bet he's going to be like, honestly, I'm more angry that I dropped the ball than like that I'm hurt.
Right.
But that's just knowing who Mike is. So 3rd and 7 for the Bucs. Still got a drive to go. Baker looking, throws over the middle. Chris Godwin makes the catch, and he's still going. Bucs will have a 1st and goal after a brief bobble by Chris Godwin. But, hey, that's why you have 2 great wide receivers like the Bucs do. So, hey, this offense has been based around Chris Godwin this year. There's no other way to describe it. So, it sucks not having Mike, but things are not done just yet.
So that is becoming a staple of this offense. The Bucs love to run on 3rd and medium, a 3-receiver bunch stack like that, with Godwin, the 3rd receiver, to release on a choice route underneath those 2 verticals where he gets to play one-on-one against a man, and it's worked for them. They did it twice against the Saints, both for first downs last week, and here again.
And Bucky Irving has a good 1st down run, gets down to about the 3-yard line, I would say. So Bucs can get as creative as they want on this 2nd and goal. Third drive of the game for the Bucs. They are looking to score on 3 straight drives. Of course, they'd prefer a touchdown. Baker looking to his right, now over the middle. Oh, he had Bucky for a second. Has time, but nobody's open. He fires one in, and it's intercepted. The worst case scenario.
Oh, no.
Marlon Humphrey with the interception in the red zone, and the Bucs go from moving the ball with ease to a big-time interception for Baltimore. That's going to hurt the over as well. He had a ton of time, couldn't find room to scramble. Not really sure what Baker saw there.
Yeah. Just threw it right to him.
That's a tough one. Mike gets hurt. You end up with no points. And it was 2nd down, too. I mean, not that you would want to throw an interception on 3rd down either, but yeah, that's a tough one. I know some people are saying, yeah, I mean, some people are just saying throw it away. I agree. Just get rid of it. Live to fight another day.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, one of the things that endears Baker to so many is the fact that he just won't give up. That's the other side of that coin.
Yeah. My neighbor is screaming right now. I'm guessing he's a little behind on the on the play. Yeah, Jacob Hardy said missed Bucky. Bucky was open for like a brief second, but he would have had to get rid of it right away. And people are saying should have just ran. I think he wanted to run, but again, like if the lane's not there, he's not Michael Vick, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Josh Allen. He made that pretty evident.
Yeah, and if you think about it, the score is currently 10-7 with Baltimore having the ball. Should be 21-7 if not for a phantom holding call. Yeah. And then Evans's hamstring just,
right. I mean, because that was a great throw by Baker. Like, that should have been caught. Obviously, it seems like the injury played a big role in it. But, yeah, they're showing the replay now of the interception as they come back to the game.
And I want to say he had Bucky Irving for an easy touchdown there.
Oh, okay. All right. So it still obviously sucks, but isn't that a penalty? Because he stepped out of bounds, Humphrey, first. I don't know.
Oh, he can't be I think that's only on...
Maybe just an offensive thing?
I think that's only on special team. I don't know. Maybe it's not reviewable.
Right. But it makes, as Derrick Henry has a big-time run, McCollum on the tackle, it makes a little more sense because Humphrey was guarding Cade Otton and then dropped back.
Right.
Yeah, Mike should have had that. Yeah, nothing McMillan could do either to try to, knock it away or whatever.
Yeah. And now the momentum feels like it is completely gone in the other direction.
Yeah. Chris Braswell misses Lamar Jackson. Jackson chucks it deep. It's caught by Bateman. He may take this to the house. McCollum in pursuit. He makes the tackle. But a huge play by Baltimore, and they are immediately drive 80 yards down the field and we'll have first and goal. What a turn of events. And, that's the skill of Lamar Jackson. Chris Braswell had a free run, but he's a tough guy to contain. Man. Jackson requesting for the play clock to change or to bump back up. Did Todd Bowles call a timeout? That's what Furu Kawab is saying. Stan Glassman says, coming in wild is so stupid by Braswell. Tough moment for sure. Cam says, I'm already stressed. Hey, still a long way to go. Yeah, Bucs called timeout. Pretty crazy. Lamar goes under center. He's going to fake the handoff to Henry. He's running all over. Bucs are in pursuit. Lamar just chucks it away. It's going to be incomplete on first and goal. Josh, I believe you are muted.
Thank you. Sorry. My daughter came in to give me a hug goodnight.
Second goal for Baltimore. Just a reminder, we'll have Wilson joining us at halftime. Get his thoughts on. Yeah. Lamar Jackson's going to tuck it himself and run. He's going to have an easy lane to the end zone, goes untouched. And Baltimore takes the lead. Oh, nope. There's a flag. It's holding. It's coming back. Hold your horses, people.
There you go.
As John Harbaugh was about to say, that's so bad.
Yeah, well, it was pretty bad earlier in the game on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel Gomez says, law of averages. A bad call makeup.
Yeah, I did not see a hold on that one, but
love it when the refs make it about themselves. All right. See if the Bucs can continue to get the stop.
if you're going to
Mikey
play
Smith
real
blitzing
ball,
off the edge. Yeah, screen. Justice Hill. He's got a gaggle of blockers in front of him, and he's going to take it to the house. Yikes.
yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to play real ball, you cannot allow them to score on second and goal from the 19. And Bowles has been throwing the blitz out there all night long, and the Ravens have a really good screen game.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they had 4 offensive linemen in front. Like, not a lot. The guys in the secondary could do there.
Well, as good as it started, it has turned.
The second quarter seems to be a real effort for the Bucs this year. I mean, last game, 27 points by the Saints.
Yeah, I think we had a commenter who asked, "Are we the Bucs like the worst second quarter team in the NFL?" And I was going to try and pull the EPA numbers, but then I was worried I was going to be overworking my laptop.
Redfish says the interception is huge, even as I understand the throw.
It's a 14-point play, basically.
Yeah. Jem says too much damn blitzing. Yeah, I mean, I guess, and again, hindsight's 2020. It just happened, but you got to think like you should be able to just send your 4 guys and like not allow 19 yards on a play.
Yeah.
Farouk Kawab saying positive, says offense will bounce back. They've been driving on the Ravens defense. That they have. The Bucs have shown the ability to move the ball. Baker just, made a mistake on that second and goal throw. We also have a super chat earlier from T that I didn't see. Didn't mean to rhyme it there. But anyway, thanks to T for this $1.99 super chat. It says, can't let Cohen leave. Just can't. I mean, he's been doing some great stuff. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be jobs open next year. He's probably going to have his pick of them. I mean, it may be like Ben Johnson is sought after just a little bit more than he is. Yeah. But if he wants to be a head coach next year, there's a good chance he's going to have the opportunity.
It's interesting because, like, Ben Johnson was a wanted quarterback coach. Oh, let's see. I think we got an update on Mike Evans. Mike Evans is out for the rest of the game with a hamstring injury. So Mike is not coming back, unfortunately. But yeah, like Ben Johnson last year, wasn't he just like, you know what? I just want to keep being an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, there's been some rumors around NFL circles that I talked to that it's actually been for a couple seasons now. He just may not want to be a head coach.
Yeah.
So he just likes being an offensive coordinator. Gets to do what he loves, doesn't have to deal with all the other stuff around it.
Right. Just focus on the offense, the personnel.
Very similar to like Steve Spagnuolo in Kansas City. Former head coach who just doesn't get any interviews despite the Chiefs defense being amazing year after year after year. And it just seems like he just doesn't even want to interview for it. He's happy doing what he's doing.
Yeah, Spagnuolo had that as Sean Tucker with a big-time run to the outside. Sean Tucker for a first down. Yeah, Spagnuolo went from the Giants, won the Super Bowls there, became the Rams head coach, but it didn't really work out. And then, yeah, he's just been a DC ever since. And a good one.
Yep. Yeah, I said it last week. I said it earlier. I'm maintaining it. Sean Tucker is the best pure runner of the three.
He's proven it. Another handoff to Tucker. Gets about a yard or two. Bucs heavily relying on the run. Let's see. Yeah, Tucker has 29 rushing yards on 5 attempts. Wow, they all have had 5 rushing attempts. Rachaad White, 5 for 21. Bucky Irving, 5 of 19. So they've ran it 15 times with them. 2nd and 8. Baker throwing down the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin. A lot of Ravens players around him. Man. A couple of drops by the Bucs tonight.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of looks like the pass was deflected just a little bit at the line of scrimmage.
Third down's been the money down for the Bucs, though. Remember, the Ravens do get the ball up. And it's going to be a false start on Luke Gedeke.
Now they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Bucs have not shown the ability to really overcome too many penalties. Barton almost went as well. He kind of flinched. So 3rd and 13. Can the Bucs keep this drive going, or can the Ravens double up or even triple up? Baker throws. That's intercepted as well. You got to touch him. Is that Humphrey's 2nd interception?
I believe it is. Ooh. Now he's just trying to force it to Godwin.
Yeah, Baker's a little erratic, and maybe missing Mike Evans is playing a bigger role than maybe we thought, because even just having Mike out there dictates a lot of attention. Yeah, it's Humphrey again. Second drive in a row as well. Not ideal, folks.
Not at all. Baker's forcing it. What'll be interesting, Matt, and this goes beyond tonight's game, but Chris Godwin has not had many opportunities over the course of his career where he's been on the field without Mike Evans. And with his contract being up at the end of this season, high-end wide receiver twos are getting around 25 to 27 million right now. Brandon Ayuk, you could say, kind of set the bar at its highest at around 30. It's the real wide receiver ones who are getting consistently over $30 million. And Godwin's performance so far this year, statistically speaking, would put him on par with some of those wide receiver ones who have gotten 30 million per year on average. But this is going to show, can he be a true number one without Mike Evans pulling 2-3 defenders at a time and opening everything up for him, can he really become the dominant force, the engine for the offense when the defense is keyed in on him?
That's true. That's a test that Godwin has not done too much in his career. It's happened the other way around with Mike and Godwin being out. Clearly, they're at their best when
They're
both
together.
are healthy, but that's not the reality at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I know some people are saying run the ball still. Like they ran on a first down. They tried a pass play on second down, didn't work. Like, what do you want them to do on 3rd and 13? They can't run it there.
Yeah.
So they're only down 4. So like, stop the Ravens here or hold them to a field goal, and still very much in the game. The Bucs haven't really gotten stops on Jackson since that first drive. So another issue in this game. Second and 7 for Baltimore. Got Funderburk to the right. Bottom of the screen. Jackson's going to keep this one. David can't get him. Yaya Diaby ends up with the tackle. Jackson smacks the ground. I think he believed he had a chance.
Good job by Yaya there.
That is going to be the 2-minute warning. M says throw to Bucky Moore. Geist 85 says 21-10, game over. Do have to remember, Ravens get the ball to start the third quarter, so cannot allow a touchdown on this drive. Jeff the Champ says Cohen needs to talk to him to calm the F down.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. He's speeding himself up, and that's usually when he plays at his worst.
Right, that was the issue against the Broncos for sure when he was at his worst this season, I would say. Things just didn't totally work in that game against the Falcons, and Kirk Cousins had over 500 passing yards, so can't say it was all on the offense in that one. Q's 44 also mentioning that he threw 3 interceptions last week and won. Right, but this is a much tougher opponent with the Ravens and Saints. And it's not very often you're going to get away with 3 interceptions.
Yep, it's not exactly how you want to plan it out.
Yeah, Jonathan Clark with the good point. Lamar's elite. That won't work versus him. Yeah, you don't want to give Lamar Jackson more chances. He usually is on the right side of making teams pay for that.
Yep.
Callie Buck says he just has to get his eyes off of Godwin. It'll make someone else beat them.
The the sample size is that they don't really have that true third option. Yes, the backs have been fantastic this year, but none have really been somebody you can continue to run the passing offense through on a consistent basis. They've hit for big plays intermittently around just getting the ball to Godwin and Mike. So they need somebody to step up and be that guy to shake some of the coverage off of Godwin so then Baker can get back to him.
Let's see if Baker can get the ball back. Bucs send one blitz with Smith. Once again, middle of the field. Oh, Winfield came close to ripping that ball out, but Lamar Jackson. He had the one big throw down the field to Bateman, but besides that, he's just picking apart the Bucs over the middle with short passes, but passes that are effective.
Yeah.
Now the Bucs are in a lot of trouble because I don't think the Ravens are giving this ball back. Jackson throws. He had Aguilar. Throw is a little inaccurate.
And Aguilar wide open. KJ Britt not near anybody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. He pinned that to his helmet, David Tyree style. Lavonte David is on the edge. And they're blitzing everyone, which leaves everyone wide open. Bucs do a good job of tackling this time. There is a penalty on the field. Roughing the passer. KJ Britt. KJ Britt. I mean, can't hit him in the head. They call that every single time.
They can't continue to run KJ Britt out there. They've got to find another option.
I mean, it's just a huge issue. He's hurt the team in several ways.
And I'm not saying nickel or go to dime because against Derrick Henry, that's a worry. Like at least not this week, but they got to figure something out. Jordan Whitehead just got lifted off the ground.
Yeah, he surfed the fullback there or whoever was blocking.
Mark Andrews didn't have anyone for 10 yards.
No, there was. I mean, in a weird way, this is kind of like the Atlanta game. Just guys wide open. And sorry, that was not Ricard. That was Justice Hill. Nobody remotely close. So the Bucs are going to allow a touchdown and also not get the ball back with enough time. Double whammy. That definitely was a hold on the Ravens.
They also asked KJ Britt to run the pole on that one against Rashad Bateman, and if Lamar wanted it, he had that slot post for a touchdown.
Oh, did he? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, clear hold. Stanley on Logan Hall. Marlon Humphrey is questionable to return with a knee injury. So Bucs in the same spot again where Ravens have it at the 20. Can they get out of it this time? Incomplete on 1st and goal.
I actually like what they did on that play. You saw they only rushed 3. Now, they didn't get any pressure, but you almost don't want to get pressure against Lamar because it usually means you're giving him a run lane. They dropped 8, which I really like here in the red zone. It's something that
right, because you only
the Vikings do well.
Cover, you only have to cover less than 20 yards. They're going to run it with Hill on 2nd down. Bucs make some stops. Oh, and there's a holding penalty, and Tyke Smith is hurt. Jeez, that's a tough blow.
If there was one position, though, where they had a really good backup, it's slot corner, because now Christian Izien is available. That's probably where they had their best depth. Not saying that not losing Tyke doesn't hurt, because
Right.
he's been playing some of the best football on that field.
Man. Yeah, Azine's already in the game. Remember, there's another holding penalty on the Ravens, and as they go to commercial break. Yeah, I mean, the roller coaster of emotions of a Chris Godwin touchdown taken off the board by a holding penalty to throwing it to Mike Evans, pretty much having a surefire touchdown. Evans drops it, gets injured, out for the rest of the game. Baker throws a pick, changed everything.
Yep. Now, one thing I will say, if they can get to half and somehow, I don't know, hold this to a field goal or get a turnover or somehow, like, what was it, the Lions game where the Lions should have gotten a field goal right at half, but
They ran out of time.
mismanaged their clock. Cohen definitely, and Bowles to a lesser degree, have shown some really good second half adjustments throughout this year. Cohen 1,000% has shown amazing second half adjustments.
Yes.
Bowles, again, to a lesser degree, but they're going to need to change a few things up to get them back in this game.
Yeah, Tom with a good comment says, just baffled by how good we look at first and then how bad we look afterwards. It is very odd how the pendulum tends to swing a ton for the Buccaneers. So 26 seconds to go. Bucs down 14-10, looking to stay in it. A touchdown for the Ravens on this drive would be not a dagger, but certainly a steep, steep climb to overcome.
Yeah.
It's a swing pass to Hill. Remember, he scored the last time. Braswell with some good hustle. There's a late penalty. What the hell are we doing? How many times is it going to be a flag?
Looks like Harbaugh is upset about it.
Pass interference. There's a swing pass.
It's still technically a pass. It's a forward pass.
I'm just saying it's very difficult. All right, they're saying he blocked too early. Look at Christian Izzy and making an impact.
There you go.
Got a little lucky there, too.
Sell it. Sell it.
Don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle.
McCollum has been uncharacteristic. He's missed at least 2 tackles in the first half after being a fantastic tackler through the first 6 weeks of this season.
All right, this is crazy because, I mean, now a sack here and you almost get the Ravens out of field goal range. I know it's Justin Tucker.
Well, I want to say Tucker has not been very good from 40 plus this year.
He has not been the same great Justin Tucker that we all know. Ravens call timeout. They had all 3.
See, I'm going to try and pull it. What has Justin Tucker done this year on field goals? He is 3 of 4 from 40 plus, but only 1 of 3 from 50 plus. Real-time statistical analysis.
There you go, yeah. Best in the game. All right, so 3rd and goal. Ravens are a million miles away. And 13 seconds is key, too. I mean, sometimes you see crazy situations, there's penalty on the defense, all that stuff, and you get a new set of downs. But that's kind of erased a little bit with 13 seconds to go. See what they do. Thrown over the middle, caught by Aguilar. Certainly makes it a chip shot now for Justin Tucker. The middle was wide open, too. I mean, if Izzy didn't get there right away, Whitehead was shading over. Seven seconds to go. Reminder, the Ravens get the ball at the half. God bless you.
Thank you. I was hoping it didn't hit the mic, and I got them muted.
Oh, man. The Bucs came super, super close to blocking that. I didn't see who came off the edge there, but that was very, very close.
I want to say that was Yaya.
They're probably not going to get a replay. It's a routine field goal.
They sometimes do the slow-mo as they exit
Yeah.
for the commercials. Let's see if we get that.
By the way, injury update for the Buccaneers. Tyke Smith is being evaluated for a concussion, which I'm guessing that's what Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are talking about at the moment. So I guess the good news, I mean, there's no good news there, but if you want to swing positive, there is the fact that the Bucs kind of did this last week against the Saints, where they looked great, then they just completely fell apart, and then the third and fourth quarter was fantastic. But once again, this is a different group with the Baltimore Ravens that they're going up against. So 4 seconds to go. Maybe the Bucs will try to get a return. That'd be actually pretty sweet. They could just tie the game up right here. But Justin Tucker does not allow for that. Bucky Irving caught the ball, but his foot was out of bounds. And it looks like the Bucs will just take a knee and send this to halftime. Yep, Bucs get ready to take a knee. They'll head on over to halftime. By the way, we're going to have our friend Aaron Jacobson joining us in just a moment. But first, let's talk about our friends over at Walk-Ons.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings in our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The Walk-Ons way.
I know some Bucs fans might not be happy seeing Drew Brees on there, but it's just a reminder that the Bucs put Drew Brees into his next profession, which is being a partial owner of Walk-Ons. And honestly, I'm in the mood for wings now after seeing those wings. Walk-On has some great happy hour deals. If you go tomorrow, it's all day happy hour, including $5 Tito's. Have it from 3 to 6 on Wednesday and Thursday, along with Friday, and also 9 p.m. to close on Thursday as well. Have some great deals like $3 happy hour pours. The food is great as well. Fried pickles, I'm a big fan of. Can't go wrong with the wings. It's absolutely fantastic. So check out Walk-Ons. There's a couple in the Tampa Bay area. I know there's one over by Wesley Chapel where Scott lives. There's one very close to Raymond James Stadium over in Midtown. I'm about 5 to 10 minutes away from there. So I love going to Walk-Ons. Cannot recommend it more for you, Bucs fans and Pewter people. Of course, they got great game day specials as well if you're watching football all day on Saturday and Sunday. You got 4.49 pints, 22 ounce for $5.99, $5 Heineken Silvers, and $5 neutrals as well. So check out Walk-Ons, and you will have a great time. All right, joining us now, our good friend Aaron Jacobson from 95.3 WDAE, the Pat and Aaron Show, mornings from 6 to 9, Monday through Friday. Aaron, thanks for joining us this afternoon. or sorry, I should say this evening. Man, what a turn of events from the Bucs rocking and rolling to all of a sudden the momentum really swung in the other direction. Oh, looks like we lost him there for a second. All right, Josh, it's me and you again. We'll bring on Aaron in just a second. But what adjustments do we want to see from the Bucs going into the second half?
Yeah, I think getting Baker just a little bit more settled with some very easy reads and completions. A couple of screens could probably help with that. Also, just ensuring that the run game is putting him in a position to get to play action where he has more time to just calmly go through his reads. And I'll turn it over to Aaron there.
Yeah, we got our guy Aaron Jacobson joining us now. Hello, Aaron. Of course, you can catch Aaron on the Pat and Aaron Show on 95.3 WDAE Mondays through Fridays from 6 to 9 a.m. Aaron, I was just saying before a second ago, the momentum swing of the Bucs rocking and rolling early in that game to the Baker Mayfield interception near the goal line, that seemed to be the big game changer so far in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of it was reminiscent of last week, right? I mean, we saw a really good start, a really hot start, a good first quarter, and then it kind of went downhill. And now it's up for Baker and this offense, and really the defense as well. Regroup. You got to regroup in the second half. Defense, middle of the field, you got to close that up because this is a problem. We've seen this before in the past. When you let guys run free in the middle of the field, bad things are going to happen. Lamar Jackson, when he can escape and do things with his feet, bad things are going to happen. He looked like the MVP in that half. Baker Mayfield in the first quarter looked like an MVP, and you're like, all right, Baker's seeing the field well. He's rolling. He throws the really bad interception in the end zone, and then the next one was total force. Absolutely forced that football. So just got to protect the football. Baker Mayfield's at his best when he protects the football. When we see him being inconsistent and turning the football over, you put your team in trouble. But I did see a lot of good things in that first half. There are a lot of things they can build off.
What did you like from that first half?
What did I like from the first half? Listen, they're running the football much better. I mean, that is just it's so evident that with Sean Tucker available there as the three-headed monster, Rachaad White looked good, Bucky Irving looked good, Sean Tucker looked good. They all look good. Catching the football, too. You saw how effective Bucky Irving can be, Rachaad White early in that game. So loved how Liam Cohen was getting them all involved in the game plan. Protect the football. You protect the football, and the offense is rolling. Aside from that, the defense has got to step up. They look good on the first drive. Besides that, now they're getting picked apart.
Yeah, just kind of going back to that run game, Aaron, I wanted to ask you, those holes were getting opened up by the offensive line. And even on the Baker first interception, he had about 6 to 7 seconds to find a receiver. Can you talk a little bit about your thoughts on the offensive line and how they've done tonight against a pretty good front seven for Baltimore?
They've done an excellent job. And we're talking about the top run defense in all of football. And to be able to create space, create holes, and also you just control the tempo of the game. And it's been so good to get the last couple of games to have Luke Gedeke back. And he is such a big part of what they do. Listen, the Tristan Wirfs holding call, I don't think that was a holding penalty.
What holding call?
What?
What holding call?
Yeah, but listen, I guess you can say it cancels out because the Ravens had one taken back against them as well. That, hasn't had a holding penalty since 2022. So I think I'm going to go when I see him complaining about it, I'm going to side with Tristan Wirfs. It's like a baseball player who's just seeing the ball so well. When there's a ball that he argues strikes balls, I'm going to side with the batter. He's seeing the ball well.
I mean, the last thing I want to do is talk about baseball now.
I know.
But there's another big moment in the game. Of course, the injury to Mike Evans. He's now out for the rest of the game. Do the Bucs have enough horses at wide receiver to kind of get this job done and overcome the Ravens?
If anybody was listening to the Pat and Aaron show this morning, I got roasted because I'm very cautious. I am safe man. I did not want to see Mike Evans out there tonight because I know I'm not a world-class athlete. People, I get this. I'm just a dude sitting in my office. It's not really an office. I put a collared shirt on for some weird reason. I don't know why. But I can tell you when a guy's hamstring is bothering him, like Mike Evans, we've seen him perform with hamstring issues, with injuries before. I don't care. I like to side and err on the side of caution. And we saw Mike Evans came through the touchdown early, big, great. And then we see what happens when you stretch it a little bit and you move it a little too far. So not good. But to answer your question, yeah, you're going to have to get a lot of guys involved here, whether it's McMillan, who you saw getting involved a little bit in the first quarter or in the first half, Chris Godwin. You saw him a drop pass there in the second quarter. We've seen Chris Godwin explode during games like this. So it's time for Chris Godwin to do his thing, be a number one receiver.
Yeah, and Aaron, just kind of going to the defense there. You had mentioned that first drive looked really great, and then ever since then, Baltimore's basically had their way with the Bucs. Your thoughts on KJ Britt, both short term in this game and then long term for the Bucs prospects if they want to go deep into the playoffs and potentially make a Super Bowl run? I
mean, you got to have a guy who that has speed and can run with guys and can play in coverage. And KJ Britt, I love the guy, I love his heart. I don't know if he's enough. I don't know if that's enough if you want to get it done. As you're seeing, this team's giving up a lot of points, so you got to be able to stop that. And I don't know if he's the guy for that. So it's tough. I know a lot of people have been like, bring Devin White back. That's a ridiculous thing to say. It's not a thing you want to see, but you see a lot of pieces. Like you saw what Yaya Diaby was able to do early in this game and get a sack. So, I mean, I think they're so close. You're just a little bit away. You're probably a couple pieces away here.
Will you be advocating for Jason Light to make a move at the trade deadline, try and bring in a linebacker who could potentially fill that role?
Since I found out Jason Light listens to the show, I advocate for whatever Jason Light wants to do. I think I call him the number one most handsome GM in all of football. So yeah,
smart man.
He's done such a good job that I trust that he's looking, and of course his whole team looking at the right guys and a potential fit, bring in a right piece, because when you're this close, and they are, believe me, they are this close, you got to be looking, and you got to always be looking to improve your team.
Aaron, last one from me. Just curious your thoughts on the overall aggressiveness of the Bucs defense. We know Todd Bowles loves to blitz. It worked on the first drive. It hurt them on that screen pass that ended up being a touchdown for Hill. Do you want that same level of aggressiveness in the second half, or what would you want to see instead?
I mean, mix it up. It's all about they're going to make adjustments to you, so you got to make adjustments to them. We always talk about in-game adjustments, right? So that first drive, great job. Then they adjusted to it. Got to be able to stick to your game plan. Todd Bowles, who's knows defense better than anybody, be aggressive. Absolutely be aggressive. But still, like we've been talking about leading up to this game, you still always got to be worried about and be careful with that aggressiveness. Do not let Lamar Jackson get out of the pocket. Do not let Lamar Jackson beat his feet. He does it too often, and that's why he's the two-time MVP and potentially a three-time MVP.
Yeah, that's why he's such a special player. Aaron, you're the MVP of this show right now and of morning radio. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, you can follow Aaron at Jacobson on air. And thank you so much for joining us.
Collared shirts coming off. I'm getting ice cream, and I'm going to watch the Bucs come back in the second half. See you, boys.
What flavor?
Thank you.
What flavor?
I just got like a little it's like a moose tracks type of thing.
Let's go.
It's about everything that you put on. I got Reese's cereal that I'm going to put on as well.
I
got these things I've been introduced to called Drizzlicious. They're like little rice cakes with like s'mores. Don't ask.
I love it. The Rally ice cream. Rally ice cream.
See you, boys.
See ya.
Thank you, Aaron. Have a good one.
You too.
He's got the Rally ice cream coming. I absolutely love it. We have some super chats to get to as well. Thank you.
Let's do it.
For all of you patiently waiting. Malcolm Harvey with the $1.99 super chat says 2 interceptions will be the difference in this game. It was tough. It was on back-to-back drives as well. Brutal as Bucs, $1.99 super chat says Baker doing Baker things, shaking my head. Yeah, needs to clean up the act a little bit. Geist85 with the $2 super chat says, I feel like the Bucs about to give up 40-plus points. Well, the turnovers don't help.
Yeah.
And, with Funderburk in there and now Tyke Smith out, the defense is not off the hook, but I think the offense, hasn't put them in great situations either.
Yeah. For all of like the nuanced analysis that we try and provide, most games come down to three things: who won the turnover battle, who won the penalty battle, and who won the explosive battle. And if you can win 2 out of those 3, you're going to win more often than not. And right now, the turnover battle obviously is heavily in Baltimore's favor. When it comes to penalties, the Bucs actually have the lead in that one at the moment. But I do believe that Baltimore has more explosive plays at this point. So there's 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, no, very well said. Thanks to Jordan Ridgeway for this $4.99 super chat. Says, apparently Britt hurt Tyke Smith. Safe to say he's hit his quota for terrible plays in this game yet. Yeah, I mean, he had the roughing the passer penalty. He's missed a lot of plays in zone. Not an ideal game for KJ Britt. And honestly, not an ideal season considering it's a contract year and, he was coming in to be a starter. Yeah, he was going to platoon with Gervais Dennis, but Dennis isn't available. So, and our last super chat, thank you to Lord Licorice with this $10 super chat. Says, run the ball, as the Ravens are getting a pretty good return, so not what the Bucs wanted to see. Run the ball, stop forcing it, Baker. Secondary is to lose.
Matt, can you put yourself on a 1.5 to 2 second pause for me?
Yes. Ready. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Bam.
All right. So I've got Laura Rutledge interviewing
with the
Todd
TODD.
Bowles. Yep.
Yeah, Todd just finished that up.
Yep. So I think I'm maybe a 1/4 of a second behind you, so we're good.
Okay. I'll try to pause it again. I'll pause it right now. 1. Okay, maybe that helps. We'll see. Oh, man. Vita Vea just missed Lamar Jackson. Oh, then he took a shot. Are you kidding me? They can't call a penalty for that. He was a runner. I thought Vita Vea had him dead to rights.
Let's see this. So they basically they run trap on him for a screen. Oh, they're trying to set up a screen. I think they're going to hit Cansey for helmet to helmet.
Chop block? What? An all-pro safety, Antoine Winfield Jr.? Damn, Cansey messed him up. Yeah, Jackson took a shot.
Yeah. He has a bell rung.
But yeah, Ravens already over midfield. They go play action. The pressure's on him again. They can't get to him. And he's able to complete a pass to Andrews. The ref is saying the ref is saying a catch. Levante David on the coverage.
He's one of the slipperiest players in the NFL.
Oh, man.
Let's see this. Yeah, he got both of them.
Andrews having a good game in front of his buddy. Not the ideal start to this third quarter. Lamar thinking about running, dumps it off. Oh, the pass is tipped. Man, if Yaya Diaby was, I don't think he first saw where the ball went, but if he was able to track that.
Yeah. Also, something to notice pre-snap there, Matt, and it's something I clocked last week against New Orleans. Funderburk is still, what have we got, a flag?
Yeah, it's on the
legal man downfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Tyreek Funderburk, last week against New Orleans, obviously pressed into playing. He was not expecting to start or play a large role, but still struggling to understand the defense and to to make sure that he was in the appropriate spot. You saw that pre-snap here when it looks like the Bucs were in man coverage. He was supposed to come across the formation as the receiver he was assigned to motioned across. He was late to that, then starting to point, oh, somebody get that guy. Somebody get that guy.
The ball's loose. Lamar's going to pick it up. How's he going to get out of this one? And, that's got to be, intentional grounding. That has to be intentional.
Looks like
grounding.
it.
And just like that, the Bucs are back in business.
Not against the Ravens are beating themselves. This is not the Bucs defense.
Yeah. Oh no. I don't think they're getting the penalty.
I mean, it's still does that go as an incomplete pass then? Didn't the ball go backwards?
It hit off of Zay Flowers.
Right. But I'm talking about
Jackson was down.
When he was throwing the ball, like, all right, give him the sack. Okay. I was afraid they were giving him an incomplete pass there.
Can someone in the chat tell us what the ref said? Oh, I think they called it a sack. If that's the case. That's a sack for Yaya Diaby, but terrible coverage by the Bucs on this drive, and the Ravens are going to get back into field goal range. Bucs have struggled with that swing pass tonight.
The tackling's just been embarrassing.
Yeah. Right. This makes it a 52-yarder now. Bit of a high snap. The kick is up. Looks good. It's a two-possession game. Man. At least it's a field goal, which is overall helpful.
And it looks like Tyke Smith is out for the game with a concussion.
Oh, man.
Also means that there's a good chance he's gonna struggle to be available for next week's NFC South battle against the Falcons. Yep, because they're working on 6 days now instead of 7.
That is true. Kind of like this comment from the other guy, Max says, y'all turn on the team way too quickly. Plenty of time left. That's true. I mean, a touchdown by the Bucs on this drive. I mean, they've had halftime now to prepare to not have Mike Evans for the rest of the game. Believe in Liam Cohen. Stat update for everybody. Baker Mayfield is 11 of 16 for 133 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Bucs as a team have ran it 18 times for 85 yards. Sean Tucker leads the way with 29 rushing attempts. Marlon Humphrey, by the way, has been ruled out for the game with a hip injury. He's been a huge difference maker in tonight's game. As he has 2 interceptions. But yeah, Tucker leads the way, 29 rushing yards. Rachaad White, 21. Bucky Irving, 19. They all have rushed it 5 times. McMillan also has 11 yards in that early end around on the first drive of the game. Rachaad White also leading the way for the Bucs with 33 receiving yards on 3 catches. Bucky Irving, 2 for 29. Mike Evans, 1 for 25 and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, 2 for 21. Kate Otten, 2 for 17. And McMillan, Had an important third down catch, 1 for 8. And then leading the way, Anton Winfield Jr. with 9 tackles in the game, also a sack. Yaya Diaby has a sack. Wow. So Winfield has 9 tackles. The next closest Buck is Yaya, Zion, and KJ Britt tied for 3 tackles. So pretty wild difference. By the way, we have a $1.99 super chat from Redfish. Thank you very much. Who says Palmer's a deep threat, but never seen him go deep. They haven't used him a ton. Maybe they'll use him more in the second half as they go right to him. Redfish, there you go. Trey Palmer on the play action catch. That's a first down.
Nice little corner there. Looked like it was a bench scheme.
Right on cue. I think it's a good way to kind of calm down Baker Mayfield too.
Yep. No, it's a great start. They get how many yards on that? That was around 15 there. 16 yards on it. Yep, 16 yards. Great start. And then go right into the run game with Rashad White on a nice carry for it looks like they'll get 5 or 6 on that one.
Joe Flacco has now entered the Manning cast.
Ooh. Flacco's ability to come in behind quarterbacks in right organizations these last couple of years has been fun to watch.
Yeah. It's been wild. Bucs run it with Rashad, hits a hole. That's another first down. So the Bucs getting it done in the ground game. Also chews up a fair amount of clock, but still a long way to go.
And if they can keep this up, it's going to help calm their quarterback down and let him know that he doesn't have to make every play a stellar play. Should really help to calm Baker down and get him back on track.
Right, and a touchdown here once again changes that momentum. It gets the crowd back in. Bucs showed some good pressure on that last drive with Lamar Jackson. As McMillan comes into the backfield, Baker's swing pass to McMillan makes one guy miss, can't make another. It's essentially no gain.
Yeah, I mean, they had McMillan, as a part of the first drive with the end around to get a first down. I want to say on 4th.
Yeah.
But ever since then, he hasn't really affected the game. I do believe that Sterling Shepard and Trey Palmer give the offense a little extra juice right now, not writing him off for his career or saying it was a bad draft pick. I just think for where the team is right now at this moment in time in this season, they have better options than necessarily McMillan.
I agree 100%. Now, McMillan did have a nice catch for a first down, like on a third down play. But,
right.
I mean, you look at when Shepard's been in, what he's done. Palmer, again, the Philly game just made a nice play for a first down. On this drive, I couldn't agree with you more. Third down. Bucs trying to stay on the field. Baker's going to have to run. He pump fakes. Takes 2 hits. The Bucs are kind of in that no man's land area. Josh Queipo, what do you do?
Let's see. You're at the 38, and you're facing 3rd and they got a yard. So they're at the 37, and they're going to face 4th and 4. You kick the field goal. It's a 55-yarder. That's in McLaughlin's range.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought they were a little further back, but that makes sense. Chase Bank. Kick is up. And off the post. No good. The bank is closed.
Just kept leaking on him.
Yeah. That's a tough one for the Bucs. That one hurts. Aaron's ice cream did not work. Ay, 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 ay.
Not great, Bob.
It's a 2-possession game at that point. I get going for the field goal. And McLaughlin's been so good, too. Like, you have no reason to question it.
Yeah, Ben Baldwin's fourth down bot had it literally as a toss-up, so it could have gone either way. As a matter of fact, I think I had it in front of me. Let's see if I can get it back. He had it.
Because we need a spark. Yeah, turnover would be nice right now.
Yeah, I mean, he had it literally as a toss-up. So their win percentage, if they succeeded on a go for it, would have been 18%, 9% if they failed. If they hit the field goal attempt, it would have been 15%, 8% if they failed. So
not sure about this comment from Stan Glassman, who says Matt is all we when they're winning, then passive when they're losing. I don't think I ever addressed the Bucs as we.
You 100%
nor would I
don't.
ever.
Yeah.
Nor would I ever purposely. And secondly, like, I don't know, what do you want me to do when it's like Justice Hill, a 19-yard screen pass for a touchdown? The Bucs were nowhere to be found. Or McLaughlin off the post, he missed it, and the Bucs' ineptitude for this game continues. Like, I don't know. You want me to get fired up over that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Matt is so good at making sure, because keep in mind, we enjoy it when the Bucs win because it's more fun to cover a winning team.
Better for our business as well.
1,000%. It's better for our business.
And we want you, the Pewter people, to be happy.
Yes, 1,000%. But we are an independent media company that covers the team. So it is our job to try and be as unbiased as possible, right?
Yeah.
So when they do good things, we credit them for doing good things. And when they don't do good things, we try and say they're not doing good things. One of my most vivid memories of you on the podcast was when Adam Slavon first joined Pewter Report. And I think it was his first or second podcast on with you. And when you went to close out the podcast, he went, "Go Bucs." And you literally went, "Yeah, we don't say that on here."
I gotta be honest, I don't remember that, but that's hilarious.
So it stuck out in my mind. It's one of my favorite memories from you.
I appreciate you bringing that up. That's very funny. Lamar over the middle. Ricard drops it. By the way, we have a $4.99 super chat from Tusk3. Thank you very, very much. Who says, not ready for prime time. Ravens self-imploded the last 2 drives. Bucs couldn't capitalize. Where are their studs? Well, one of their studs is out for the rest of the game.
Yep.
But yeah, no one's really stepped up.
Two of them, because at this point, Tyke's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, based on his last game, for sure. And they haven't been able to get Chris Godwin involved, really. Derrick Henry runs it here. Anthony Nelson makes the tackle. And look at that, another flag. Woohoo! Love seeing all these penalties.
So it's going to be holding against Baltimore.
2nd and 17. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Bucs are running out of time. Lamar has plenty of time to throw. He's going deep down the field. He has Bateman wide open. And that's a touchdown. That was a beautifully thrown ball.
Just torched Zion.
Yeah. Twenty-six to 10, Baltimore. They are not to be trifled with. All right, we're gonna find out what type of team this Bucs team is. You know, like don't get me wrong, the win against the Lions was nice, but then they just, I don't know, certain times they just don't show up at all, and we're seeing that again. I mean, the Bucs have been outscored 27-0 since the Bucs went up 10-0.
Yep. You know, and it's probably coincidental, but maybe not. Fans continually talk about how the Bucs need to go to man coverage, right? The spot drop zones are just absolutely the worst thing in the world. I want to say Zion McCollum's 5 worst plays this year, all in man coverage. All. It's been just every time they ask him to go in man coverage, he gets beat deep every single time.
Surprising too, right? Yeah, going down 27. Not ideal. Yes, Stan Glassman says, there's your man coverage. Frank G says, okay, game over. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, 23-1 versus the NFC. Well, 22-1 if they win tonight. Now we're getting the fire bowls conversations. Yeah, because most teams fire their coach after starting out 4-3 to begin a season.
And no matter what, we'll be playing for the division lead next Sunday.
You just drop a we.
I did not. I said no matter what, we'll be playing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Well, will, yeah. Anyway, shout out to Revfish for being a member for 2 months, who says 4 plays: Evans drop, Baker end zone, interception, Ravens long field goal, and we miss one. There's your game.
I think there were plenty of other plays.
I would throw in as well. I would throw in the screen touchdown to Justice Hill, because that was a 2nd and goal from the 19. That certainly could have been stopped as a for 3 points. Ooh, M says Lamar jacks him.
I see what he did there.
I respect it. All right, Bucs have some heavy lifting to do. Plus, could still hit the over. Bucs could cover. Some of the stats could work out.
Bucs covering would be a challenge at this point.
Yeah. But hey, never say never. Bucky Irving in the backfield. Bucs go play action. Back to Irving. Makes one guy miss. Now he's going cross country across the field. Has plenty of room to the 45. Bucky Irving screaming. I was hoping, because Trey Palmer, kind of...
Nice job getting in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was very nervous about them calling an illegal block in the back. But what a play by Bucky Irving. Completely reverses field. kind of did this last week against the Saints a little bit. Different play, and it was a run play. Ben
Yep.
Bredesen with a nice block as well.
Uses the whole field.
Bucs need a quick score. There's no doubt about it. And now we got the pony package. An end around to Bucky. Oh, he's not going anywhere on this one. Brian Gonzalez with $1.99 super chat says, "These fire bowls are a waste of comments." Appreciate the super chat. I guess if you super chat us and you say it, it's not a waste of a comment.
Mhm.
But, I mean, they're not going to fire him, so
Right.
it's a moot point.
If they do that, they're punting the season. Like,
Yes.
no team fires their coach while saying we have a shot at the playoffs.
Right. Baker, Trey Palmer played DB on that one. Yeah, Wiggins just a little wide by Baker. Pretty tight coverage.
Yep. Wiggins is a good corner.
3rd and 12 for the Bucs. They are in dire straits. Ravens send a lot. Oh, they look like a hold as well. Baker can't get the throw off. He is sacked by Matabuke and Owe as well. Nothing the Bucs can do but punt. Yeah, Gedeke got beat.
Yep, just gave
Bucs
up the
needed a
corner.
big play down the field as well.
And for those wondering why Rachaad White continually gets opportunities, he was once again very good in pass protection there.
Yeah, I mean, Rachaad White's had a good game as a receiver. So was Bucky Irving, evidently.
White's had a good game as a runner. 8 carries, 37 yards, 4.6 yards per carry. Actually better than Irving at 6 for 17.
Offsides penalty. Not that it really matters. Is that the first punt by Trenton Gill today?
It is, and it was a good one.
It was. And this
Good
is the
punt.
last time Trenton Gill can be elevated, so
Yeah.
Bucs will have to make a decision there. Be kind of funny to have 2 punters on the 53-man roster. But why not? Let's get wild with it. Thanks to Brian Gonzalez for another super chat of $1.99. Says, "Can't win them all. Game not over, but Atlanta lost too." Yes, that's what Josh brought up a little bit ago. That it's first place is still on the line next week if the Bucs lose this game, and it's kind of looking that way. But like Justin Bieber once said, never say never. Also, a reminder to everybody, regardless of what happens after the game, we will be having a Pewter post-game show shortly after, once we're done hearing from Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles. It'll be myself and Scott Reynolds of PewterReport.com, live from Raymond James Stadium. I'm actually going to drive there once the game is done and meet up there. I'm just kidding. Why would I go there right now? Both traffic is leaving. But yeah, we will be live after the game, so you can commiserate with us as we let everyone know what's going on. Yeah, it's just not maybe primetime isn't. Remember a couple of years ago, like the year I think the Bucs won the Super Bowl, they just were not good on primetime for whatever reason, and it was like a big storyline. Bucs are kind of just in that role again. Yeah, Bucs just not getting any stops. It's quite difficult with Lamar Jackson. And now Tampa Bay's going to have to get one-dimensional. That's how the Ravens really want to get you.
Yep.
They need some momentum swing, a turnover, something big time.
Mike Evans walking out of the tunnel to the Undertaker's theme song.
Yeah. I was going to say like Willis Reed, but he didn't come out to the Undertaker.
I'm assuming the Undertaker had a great theme song for that.
Yeah. Oh, and here comes Derrick Henry. Up. Okay. Speaking of the Undertaker, that's the nail in the coffin that will also hit the over for Derrick Henry rushing yards. I had under. They did a good job of containing him up until that moment. Thanks to Benjamin Will for this $1.99 super chat, who says Evans and Godwin both dropped the pass before interceptions. Man.
Was that
Up the
Winfield
game.
who slipped there?
Yeah, he
had
did.
to contain.
It was off to the races. Derrick Henry doesn't have breakaway speed. Just kidding. Tough one for Tampa Bay. How's Henry not exhausted after that long run? The 18th rush of 50-plus yards in his career. That's the crazy thing with Derrick Henry, too, is like, you know, you could slow him down all game, and then it just takes one big play, and, you know, that's all you need from him, kind of. Yeah, he only ran it 8 times. Henry again. Whitehead on the stop. He's a bad mamma jamma. Third and 3, so Ravens can still get a first down. And again, the over still in play. It was 51. Lucas Petit says, I already stopped watching the game. As Lamar throws it over the middle, it's knocked down, I think by Levante.
Appreciate that he's still watching us.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Is like you stopped watching, but you're watching us. So appreciate that, Lucas Patisse. And yeah, thanks to everybody for still rocking and rolling with us. I know the game's not going in the favor of the Buccaneers, but we still have over 1,000 people watching us on Twitter. So thank you so much. And the Ravens are keeping their offense on the field for 4th and 3. You want to talk about momentum shift? You could get one with the stop.
That would be huge.
Oh, wide open in the end zone. Never mind. You could also just get a touchdown by Mark Andrews. His second of the game. Mark Andrews now has more touchdowns than Baker Mayfield in this game. Who's the Ravens' backup quarterback? They're probably going to end up getting in this game the way that's going.
Yeah,
You may get Kyle Trask. Whew, boy. 33-10. Kick is up and it is good. Now 34-10. For the second time in 3 weeks, the Bucs are having truly a pitiful performance on the defensive side, and the offense not really showing up either. Thanks to Hammy Actual for this $9.99 super chat, who says, why isn't Bucky the starter? I feel like Mugatu taking crazy pills. He's obviously the best back we have. It's not close. Not that it would make a difference, but going forward, come on.
I mean,
good
Rachaad
today,
White
and
has been averaging more yards per carry today. And as far as receiving goes, yeah, they both have 3 catches. Bucky does have more yards on the receiving, but both backs have been good. Why can't it just be that both
rotation.
backs play, or all three backs play, which they have tonight. All three backs have been some of the best players on the field. And Bucky playing over White does not change anything about this game. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Right, yeah. Like, the run game has not been the issue for the Bucs, and the biggest third down conversions have come from Rachaad White.
Bucky Irving has 6 carries for 17 yards.
Yeah.
Now if people start saying, like, oh, he's a better receiving back than Rachaad White, like, come on. They're both good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the running backs have not been the issue. Thanks to Tusk3 for this $4.99 super chat says, one thing to lose, but to get bullied, Bucs not even in the same class, not even close. This is why they don't get national respect. Don't deserve it. Yeah, that's kind of the other side of it. Is it's a great opportunity to show everybody who the Bucs are, and yeah, they just didn't bring it tonight. I keep saying today. I'm so used to saying today. I mean, they were up 10-0. They were up 10-0 in this game. And yeah, I get it. It was a bad holding penalty on Tristan Wirfs. Well, you know what? The Ravens had a bad holding penalty on them, and what they do, they scored the next play. So, you know, momentum swings, that's football. That happens. Yeah, Bucs down by 24 points now. As they go play action, Baker looking. Oh, man. Wiggins banged up now. Well, maybe the new plan is just to get all the Ravens defensive backs injured and attack that way. But yeah, I mean, there's not much the Bucs can do at this point. They have to keep throwing. The Ravens know it.
Yep. And the Ravens apparently have taken Godwin out of this game.
Yeah, apparently he hasn't done much. Hammy Actual with a $4.99 super chat. By the way, it's the 3rd and 6. Baker going to step up. Does he have enough? Stiff arm. Gets the first down, it looks like. Yeah, I thought that was a face mask, and looks like it is. Thanks to Hammy Actual, a follow-up super chat of $4.99. He says, okay, I got roasted on my Bucky thing. He is the better pack, parentheses. But let's get off the ledge and stop with the fireball stuff. I agree. He's not going to get fired.
Yep.
What I will say, though, is...
With you, Hammy, on that one.
What I will say is Bowles can't continue. And, again, we're not even at Halloween yet. Let's see how it looks in November or December in the second half of the season. But there's been several games this year where the defense just has no answers. And I think that's kind of been the biggest concern, in my opinion.
Speaking of Halloween, do you have any plans? Do you do anything special? Is it a big holiday for you?
It usually is a pretty big holiday. I love having a funny costume or whatever. I don't really have a costume idea yet for this year as Baker gets sacked. And Tristan Wirfs got launched too. Do have a Halloween party planned for next weekend. But how about yourself?
So, yeah, it's my wife's favorite holiday. I have an idea for a costume. It requires her participation. Are you a fan of old Mad TV? Do you remember Mad TV from the
I remember
90s, early 2000s?
A couple of the characters, yeah.
So hopefully you remember this character. Stuart.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do Stuart if my wife will be the mom.
That would be very funny.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Yeah, he was like the best character on that show.
Love Michael McDonald.
Who was the other guy? Will something.
Will Sasso.
Yeah, Will Sasso.
Hi. Oh, what was it? Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. Welcome to Jackass.
Shout out Jackass. Great show. Great movie. Well, show and movie, but yeah. All right, 34-10. Ravens putting a beating on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Madon. I mean, there's a chance the Bucs are going to be allowing 40 unanswered points based on this. M says, why not a fake punt? I mean, it's tough to do a fake punt when everyone's kind of expecting it.
Yeah, you're moving on to Atlanta at this point. Like,
yeah,
take the starters out. Kyle Trask should be in on the next drive.
Yeah, so then we could build up, that storyline again.
Hey, we need column inches, man.
We need what?
We need column inches. I know we don't actually have a physical magazine, but
I see.
Something to write about.
And thanks to the ref show, we're getting one more play on the third quarter, and then we'll have T-Kraz joining us momentarily as the Ravens do one more play. We'll do a quick commercial as well because, it's already been going tough enough for the Buccaneers. We don't have to wait another 5 seconds. But, hey, if you want to live bet this game, you still can over at BetUS. Sign up with the promo code Pewter. That's Pewter. And get up to a 125% bonus when you sign up at BetUS. You're not going to find a better deal out there. They're great with the live bets. Again, you can do it right now. If you think the Bucs are going to do something crazy or if they're going to win the fourth quarter, you can do that. You could live bet the over-under, which is still in play. It was at 51 before the game. So go over to BetUS, use the promo code Pewter, that's Pewter, and sign up today. They also have 10% gamblers insurance. It's great for prop bets. College football's in full swing. We got a full slate of the NFL coming up. Have the World Series if you like any of those teams. And, of course, UFC and a lot of other great events coming up. So one more time, check out BetUS using the promo code Pewter, that's Pewter, and get your betting going on. All right, joining us now for the beginning of the fourth quarter is Tom Krasnicki, a.k.a. T-Kraz. He has the Overtime Show coming up after this game. Also hosts The Drive on Mondays through Fridays on 95.3 WDAE. T-Kraz, thank you for joining us. This has been a tough one for the Buccaneers, going up 10-0 and then outscored 34 points in a row from the Ravens after that. What's your level of shock and what's your level of panic based on what we've seen?
Boys, kind of stunned, actually. After the 10-0 start, you kind of figure, okay, look, the Bucs are on the right track here. And, the thing that really bothers me is how the Buccaneers handled Mike Evans this week. Clearly less than 100%. After the touchdown, guys, he should have been out of that game. You got your 100th touchdown. This game is important for a lot of other reasons, but the game that means so much more to you takes place 6 days from now against the Falcons, who've already beaten you. And you need Mike Evans in that game. And now they pushed him, whether you wanted to stay in. Look, all three of us know how competitive Mike is. He never wants to come out of any game, but sometimes, you need to have somebody on that sideline, and it's the medical staff that steps in and says, look, man, if you keep pushing this, it's going to get a lot worse, and this may not turn into a 1-week thing. It's going to turn into a 3 or 4 week thing. I bet you guys right now that we're not going to see Mike Evans until after the bye week.
It's a long time, too. That's a very long time. And now you put his, consecutive 1,000-yard streak in jeopardy once again. So, yeah, it kind of rolled downhill. Not just Mike Evans out, but Tyke Smith out for the rest of the game. The Bucs finally got some people back, but then immediately get injured again.
Yeah, it's the injury bug. And, look, it's hit a lot of teams, guys, as you know. And it just looked like the Buccaneers were on their way back to being somewhat at full strength, and now you're going to get knocked down a couple of pegs. Mike's going to be out for multiple weeks. You're not going to see him for the Falcons game, and who knows. Again, my call is You won't see him until after the bye week. There are 3 weeks left, and then there's the bye. I don't think you'll see Mike until November. And then Tyke Smith, who's really coming on, had a great game last week, as you guys know. You know, he goes out with a concussion, and on a short week, I don't know if he's going to be able to turn it around and be ready for the Falcons game. The Bucs need him too, right?
Yeah, 100%. What is your thinking on just how this defense has showed up, or the lack of them showing up, and what do you think the solution may be going forward?
Josh, I think Todd Monken's called a great game. I mean, after Lamar's touchdown run was wiped out because of a holding penalty, now the Bucs, and you guys know, Tristan Wirfs, I mean, on the touchdown to Godwin, that was not a great call by the officials. And the Bucs got a field goal out of that. The very next play, the Ravens come back and set up that screen. Todd Bowles called for a blitz. That was the perfect play call. It was executed perfectly, and they were able to score a touchdown off that play. One play after, the holding call wiped out their touchdown. So I just think it's great coaching, great execution. You got to give the Ravens a lot of credit.
Sure. Trade deadline coming. Do you think Jason Light makes any? And looks like Zion McCollum may have just forced a fumble and carrying everyone into the end zone. What?
That looked like a fumble. Oh, I think he might have been
literally carried like three. John Harbaugh.
Yeah, one of the more bizarre plays I've seen.
Hell of an effort.
Got to see if he's down as well.
He's down right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
His knee is down. That's not going to be a touchdown, but that's Zion McCollum made up for the Rashad Bateman burn job. I mean, that was like first-degree burns for the 59-yard touchdown in the third quarter. Yeah, he's down there, right there. Yeah. Oh, well.
Well, wait a second. He wasn't being touched when his knee was down. Oh, all right.
Yeah, he was touched. Yep.
Gotcha. So back to that question though. Do you think he will, and do you think Jason Light should make any moves with the deadline coming up in a couple weeks?
I just don't know what you would make a move for at this point. Oh, that's got to be a flag. My goodness.
I'd be targeting a linebacker.
Oh, my goodness.
KJ is not a part of a playoff team.
I just don't know who's available. And the thing I know about Jason is he's got a lot of friends in this league, and he's always on the phone. And I talk to Jason every once in a while. He's always on the phone. He's always checking in. Remember a couple of years ago, he went looking for a pass rusher, and then, by luck, because of his due diligence and great timing, he calls the Giants. The Giants are like, Jason Pierre-Paul, we're going to a different scheme and alignment. He doesn't fit us. Yeah, he's available. And Jason was able to get him for a third-round pick, which was a great move. So that's the one thing Jason does. He's got a lot of friends around the league. He will call around. If there's a player that's to his liking, I think he will absolutely pursue it. I just don't know which linebackers are going to be available.
Well, there's two for teams that look like they're going to be out of it who are in the last year of their deals. So the Titans traded for Ernest Jones from the Rams and didn't give him a new deal. So he's in the last year of his deal, and it looks like the Titans are going nowhere. And then David Long with the Dolphins. I know Tua's coming back, but they've got a long way to go. Another one that I would love, although he's not in the last year of his deal, but it doesn't look like the Giants are going anywhere. Speaking of the Giants not going anywhere, would be Bobby Okereke with New York. So
I'm a big fan of his. I think Okereke's a tremendous player, very underrated.
So
Cade Otton is taking an absolute beating.
Oh my God!
On this drive, but it looks like he got the first down there. T-Cross, last one from me. Before the Mike Evans injury, there was a lot of talks about who should be wide receiver 3. Should it be Sterling Shepard? Should McMillan get it back? Trey Palmer obviously returned. I guess now with Evans' injury, who should be wide receiver 2/wide receiver 3 for the Buccaneers out of those other guys that I just mentioned?
It's a good question, Matt, and I think the answer is Jalen McMillan, provided that he can hold on to the football. He had such a great impact throughout training camp. And then early on in the season, there were a couple of drop passes, maybe overly excited, maybe lack of concentration. We do know the talent is there. I think he's the guy that has the most upside of all the other receivers in that group. And I think the Bucs should turn – and Rashad White just scores, by the way. I think the Bucs should turn to Cade Otton a little bit more. I think Cade is a kind of a guy that has been used more and more in recent weeks, and I think he's a guy that they can lean on a little bit more in the passing game as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting point that you make about McMillan. I think the one thing that will need to come into the thinking, and probably will with the Bucs, is Mike Evans plays a unique receiver position. He's the X, and there's not really anybody. There's one receiver on the roster who can really fill that role, specifically in terms of what's asked of it, and that's Trey Palmer. So I do think that if Mike is going to be out for an extended period of time, Palmer may be the guy who gets a lot of reps just simply by virtue of having the skill set of an X receiver who can get downfield, has a little bit of a bigger body frame than Sterling Shepard. So it'll be interesting to see. I think that they're going to get everybody incorporated.
And speaking of Sterling Shepard, he just caught the pass from Baker Mayfield for the 2-point conversion. The Bucs cut into the Ravens' lead, but they are still down 34-18. Tom, you have the Overtime Show coming up. You can find it on YouTube, 6:20 a.m., 95.3 on FM, the iHeartRadio app. I think I have that covered everything else, but check out the Overtime Show coming up right after the Bucs game. T-Kraz, thank you so much for joining us again. Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. Have a good night, rest of your night.
Appreciate
you as well. Thanks again to Tom for coming on. It's always funny, like when we have a guest on and like the game's still going on, but you're trying to like ask questions, but like our TVs aren't set up at the same time. But maybe we should keep T-Kraz on because I don't know, the Bucs had their best drive in the second half with him. We've got a couple of super chats to get to. Actually, no. First, we're gonna play the touchdown video because the Bucs scored. Doesn't matter that they're down; they scored a touchdown. Now we will get to the super chats. Thanks to Hammy Actual for this $4.99 super chat. Appreciate y'all tonight. I know games like this can't be easy. Y'all are the best. Thank you very much for the kind words, Hammy Actual. And yeah, not the funnest game to call, but yeah, still watching football. So
we will be with you to the bitter end.
Yeah. And then Brian Gonzalez, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says T-Kraz, a touchdown legend. Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah.
A TD legend, T-Kraz. He puts the T in TD. And all it took was a backwards pass that the Bucs got lucky to recover the fumble on to get back in the game.
Matt, I've got some bad news for your fantasy team.
Okay.
Jamison Williams will be facing a 2-game suspension for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substances policy.
Oh, God. And now Mike's going to be out for a little bit. So down to Devontae Smith and
hopes and dreams?
No, I got Brian Thomas, the Jaguars receiver, who gets
that's a good pickup.
And
yeah.
I have Keenan Allen as well. I mean, not the ideal guy you want to start, but hey, that's why you have depth, right?
Yep, absolutely. I'm kicking myself because I sat Rashad White tonight.
Oh, wow.
In favor of like Xavier Leggett. It's only like a 15-point difference.
Okay. Still a very long way to go, and the Bucs defense hasn't really shown that they can get stops unless like something absolutely crazy just happened. But if the Bucs can find a way to get another turnover or get a stop, and they score and get a 2-point conversion, it's a one-possession game.
It's a one-possession game.
But that's a big if because the Bucs defense really hasn't been able to get stops. It was that like the last turnover was more fluky than anything else.
Yep.
Jake Hardy says I have Ayuk and DK.
Ooh, I have DK as well. Yeah. You know what? That's going to be a good thing for the chat. I want everyone in the chat to drop what's the worst injury and or situation facing your fantasy team right now.
Yeah. 2nd and 7. You know, Baltimore's going to want to run it a lot. Henry cuts to the outside. Lamar with a block. Yeah. Derrick Henry going places, and he's out of bounds. Or just extremely taunting the Bucs.
Jeez. This is I'm gonna give my fantasy update just because we need something to fill this terrible time. So I'm currently down 119.04 to 108.48. Now my opponent only has one player in this game. It was Mike Evans. So Evans is out, so he's frozen. 119.04. That's what I'm shooting for. I have 5 players in this game. I have Godwin, Zay Flowers, Odafe Owe, Kyle Hamilton, and Antoine Winfield. And between the 5 of them over these last 10 minutes, I need 11 points. And I'm getting like 1.5 points for every solo tackle and 3/4 of a point for every half tackle. This is like killing me. Oh.
Hey, never say never, though.
It's still possible. Like I'm holding out. Like the system that we use thinks he's the 99% favorite to win this. I think they're dumb.
Oh man, Anthony Nelson came very close to stripping the ball there, but ultimately did not. Gronk was here for the game. That's upsetting. Not that Gronk was there, but they played so badly. Frank G says, anybody have AB's number for wide receiver 2 and 3?
Oh, no. Nope. Won't. No.
Nicola Legistina says, Liam Cohen, you are the Bucs head coach. This is another game where the Bucs have played complementary football in terms of just both being terrible. I shouldn't say terrible. The defense has been terrible, but you know, the Bucs offense hasn't really helped out the defense.
The offensive line and the backs have had good games. Yeah, it's Baker.
Yeah, I agree, but like, you know, points
Baker,
are important, and they just haven't.
Yep.
Pitch to Henry. Nice tackle by Kalijah Cansey. Kind of rode him for a little bit. I remember Tyreek Funderburk's in the game because Bryce Hall had a season-ending injury in the first game of the season. Like, the plan wasn't to have a, you know, undrafted free agent corner start.
And Funderburk's had a pretty solid game overall. I know Bowles said that him and Hayes were both going to get action. I haven't seen Hayes play. I think it just felt good that Funderburk, that first series, like Baltimore tried to attack him on the edges. He kind of held his own, and they've rode with him for the rest of the game.
Lamar runs but slides quickly. Third 7. Jackson to a wide open Derrick Henry. I'm sure there are some people going crazy right now based on like fantasy football, and they need Derrick Henry to do something, and he just popped off in this third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. Has anybody dropped in the chat what they're facing?
I don't.
Or did the chat just ignore me?
A little bit of ignoring, but Furukawa says watching this defense is like self-mutilation.
Matt Matera telling it like it is.
Let's see. Extra point is good. The Ravens may cover this over on their own. Kind of impressive.
Someone said right around halftime that they thought the Ravens were going to drop 40. They have dropped 41. So,
yeah, no one's got anything with their injuries in fantasy. Hey, at least the overhead.
Right? I hope that's because all of our viewers have fantastic fantasy football teams.
Yeah.
That are not facing any injuries or suspensions or random.
Oh man, Baby Boy 2 Demand said I sat Henry today.
That's a rough one.
Angie says, "You think the coaches knew King Henry was playing?" Yeah, wow. Baltimore has 244 rushing yards. And Lamar has thrown 281 passing yards. So, yeah, Justin with a good comment. 500 yards of offense shouldn't be happening as often as it is. And Baby Boy Dude Demand drafted Christian McCaffrey with his first pick. So
in a different league, I had the first overall pick, and I passed up on CMC, and I got roasted by a lot of my league mates. Like, what, you're an idiot.
Right.
I'm not saying like it's been all, roses and sunshine for me because I took Bijan with it, but yeah, I avoided that pitfall. I was like, he had way too many touches last year. I don't think he's going to be healthy for most of this year. Turns out he was.
Yeah, I took him in one of my leagues, but it's a dynasty league, so at least if he doesn't play this year, hopefully he can be healthy for next year. And I didn't have the first pick. If I had the first pick, I wouldn't have taken him. Callie Buck says, I started Evans and Debo. I am cooked. Well, you still got more points than my Devontae Smith, Jameson Williams combination. Let's see what else we got. Shaggy said Jane Daniels and Mike on the same team.
Ooh.
I can't put Tyler Lavelle's comment up, but he says, F, we're the Dolphins. Thought that was funny. We got a $1.99 super chat from Michael. It says, Weird Game Bowl should be gone after the season. Now, that's a different conversation, but we can't have that until, the season plays out a lot more.
Again, next week, they've got a shot to win to lead the South. Yeah.
Lucas Patisse, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, says, if I turn the game on Sunday and Britt is starting, I'm turning the game off and going to the beach. Not a bad alternative.
Yeah.
Baker's still in the game, but we do have a gifted Pewter Report membership from Paul, a.k.a. OG Baker Bro. Thank you very much for that. That's very, very kind of you.
So, Matt, how does that work? I've been meaning to ask. So, Paul gifts it. Paul's been very generous. He's one of a few viewers who's been extremely generous gifting these memberships. How does that work? Who gets that gifted membership?
Yeah, I think it's just someone that's able to join. I think, oh, my God, Kate Hahn with a great catch. Oh, nearly picked. I think if you go in to join and it says that there's one available, it's kind of like an up for grabs type of thing.
Oh, pretty cool. Well, thank you, Paul. Paul's a real sweetheart.
Super, super kind.
I'm now 7 points. Yeah, I'm now 7.6 points away from winning this fantasy matchup.
Right. So you have Otten. Who else?
No, I've got Godwin, Winfield, Zay Flowers, which he's probably not going to get another catch. Odafe Owe and Kyle Hamilton.
Oh. Okay. So you could really the other game, Cardinals Chargers, is 9-7. That's kind of crazy.
Like a Godwin touchdown, I think does it for me.
Right, because you get 6 for the tutty plus the yards and the reception.
And 1 for the catch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get the entire chat just to be hanging in with me for my fantasy.
Yeah. No, I'm rooting for you. The over is hit, so that's good.
I took the Bucs and the points with the over, so I would need
Baker looking for Godwin, makes the catch. Give him the first down. Come on. Oh, what? Give him the first down. Come on.
We got that.
He did. But they're not giving it to him.
Ugh.
They're mean. Damn. Many people have gone for the exit. Understandably so.
Yeah, that's a first.
Yeah, I almost feel like Chris Godwin and the starters should be out at this point.
Let him get a touchdown, Matt. Let him get a touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I think they should be playing until the very end. At least with the NFC South, it's as Baker throws, Kate Otten makes the catch. He's down to the 2-yard line. Well, now if Godwin or Otten scores, you're going to be over the 7 points just with that catch alone.
Well, not Otten. I don't have Otten.
Oh, I thought you had Otten. My bad.
No. He's on my bench along with Rachaad White.
Right.
He's on my bench with Rachaad White. Yeah.
Okay, well, now you'll get a couple of extra yards.
Killing me here.
Cade. Nope. Chris Godwin.
False start.
Damn. Kate Otten's taking a beating. We got a $1.99 super chat from Tyler Chow, who says, momentum shifted with the holding on Wirfs. Yeah. I mean, there's no excuse for the Bucs just not being able to come back or keep it close. Baker looking, throwing to the right, has McMillan. He's tackled with 2 yards to go.
Oh.
Come on, let's get the score for Josh. A little play action, just corner route. Nope, they run it with Bucky Irving. Oh, I have him on my fantasy team. I could use that. All right.
Did he get it? I'm like a play behind you at this point.
Okay, I'll pause it for a little bit. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. $3:55 to go. They run it with Bucky again. He gets it this time.
Good for Bucky.
Sorry, Josh.
That's okay. Good for Bucky.
And feel weird playing this. I feel weird playing this down like 1,000,000 points, but let's touch it.
Antoine Winfield Jr. is going to save my game with a interception return for a touchdown. It's about to happen.
All right, Buck's going to go for 2. Oh, you could get some points for Godwin here if Baker doesn't get sacked, but he does. All right. Onside kick time. Oh, yeah, I got to do the...
It's a very large man.
Yeah, he's gigantic. Where Where's that? Oh, yeah. Frank G says, it looks like Frank G just became a YouTube channel member, says SR is going to be livid. I mean, I think he's going to be pretty... He'll be fired up about certain things, but he'll be all right. Onside kick time. I like it. That'd be fun. Bucs still have all three of their timeouts.
Yep.
Interesting. McLaughlin is doing the onside kick. Typically, Gill and Camarda have been doing the kickoffs, but this is obviously a different situation. Get it to the outside. Good bounce. Oh, they recover it.
No way.
They recover the onside
No
kick.
way.
Javier Thomas. That was awesome.
Javier Thomas. Javier Thomas.
Yeah. That was fun. And now you got your chance for Chris Godwin.
Yeah. And he had the block punt a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he had the block punt
Or the block
against
kick,
Atlanta. Javier
Yeah, the block kick.
kick, that's right.
All right. Justin Bieber, never say never. Pruitt says, I can now die a happy man. Yeah, at least the Bucs are bringing a little joy.
Oh, Godwin. Godwin's back in play for me.
Yes, exactly.
Couple catches, some yards, maybe a tutty.
Baker to Rashad White. All right, let's go no huddle. You need 3 scores, essentially.
Catch
Wow,
for
that's the
Godwin,
Bucs'
some yards.
first
Kyle
successful-
Hamilton, the tackle.
Yeah, that too. Okay, that was the Bucs' first successful onside kick as Chris Godwin makes the catch.
There we go.
Third and short. First successful onside kick in more than a decade. The first one since Russell Shepard recovered one on November 17th of 2013. And that was against the Falcons.
All right, Chad. I'm 4
Run it.
points down. 4 points down.
Run it on third down. Gotta keep it moving. Tick, 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 tick. Come on. Move it. I know you're tired. Baker looking, throwing towards the sideline, caught by Cade Otton, who gets annihilated once again.
Whew. He is a tough man.
Yeah. Baker steps up in the pocket, throws. It's caught by Sterling Shepard. A flag comes out. Ravens are saying it's on the Bucs. Legal hands in the face. That's good for Tampa Bay. They will decline it, and it also stops the clock, which is good. Because if not, that probably goes to the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
Oh, look at it, Key.
That's his
Got a
second.
clue. You can't hear with the. No, I'm just kidding. That's saving people's lives. I'm not that mean. All right, so if the Bucs score. Okay. Yeah.
It's 17 points. They need 3.
Yeah.
I've actually advocated in this situation, like, just kick the field goal now and try and get the ball back.
Oh, Jalen McMillan! Oh, he can't make the catch. Yeah, I don't hate that idea because you can kick the field goal, do the onside kick. If you don't get it, you would still get at least one play with the 2-minute warning.
Right. Like you need 3 scores. Get one of your scores as fast as you can.
Right.
Time's working against you.
Baker has Rachaad White open. Can he get into the end zone? Run! What are you doing? He's slowing down, but that's a touchdown. Tampa Bay. Rachaad White, his second receiving touchdown.
Rachaad White with 29 fantasy points sitting on that bench. 16 for Otten sitting on that bench.
Bucs are going to kick the extra point, make it a 10-point game. Bucs still have a chance to cover plus 3.5 as well.
Yeah.
So,
I think I had him. Did I get him plus 3.5 or did I get him plus 3? You know where I've been doing my bets, right?
Bet US.
Bet US, that's right. Presenting partner tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I also had the Chargers -3. That's looking real good. Yeah, I did have the Bucs plus 3.5. So they get a stop and another touchdown.
Yeah. Chase McLaughlin's kick is good. 41-31.
And I did have that paired with the over. So
Nice. Yeah, that hit. So that's
Well, bet.
4 games. That's 4 games in a row where the over is hit for the Bucs.
Seems like a pretty safe bet. And they're playing the Falcons next week.
Yeah.
Seems like I don't care what the number's set at, I'm pounding the over next
Right.
week.
Yeah, that's pretty much an auto play at this point. Matt Clark says they should onside kick it again, LOL. I think they will. Shaggy says Quill throwing some Lenny Kravitz ain't over till it's over.
You could also, Lenny Kravitz, when you're talking about the onside kick, are you going to go my way?
I'm sure a lot of people as well, as the Bucs are getting pummeled, said, I want to get away. I want to fly.
That's right.
I want to fly away.
Yeah.
Can't say all of it out loud, but Lenny Kravitz played a crucial role in a certain skit on a certain TV show.
Yeah. Another Lenny Kravitz reference. You could say at certain points throughout most of this game, the Bucs were pretty low.
Not gonna lie, I don't know a ton of the discography of Lenny Kravitz. I just know he's a good guitarist and singer and a fashionista as well.
Yep. His daughter's a pretty good actress, too.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz.
Mm-hmm.
All right, onside kick 2.0. Bucs are 1 for 1.
Man, if they get this.
And it looks like they moved. No, never mind. Thomas is still over there. Well, the last one, like, nobody on the Ravens went to pick it up.
Yeah.
Bucs
fans probably hoping that happens again.
Yeah, for sure. It also looks like the Ravens have nobody on the right side. Obviously, McLaughlin's looking towards the left, but you never know. It could be a fake out. Oh, big bounce again! Oh, yeah, that time they were aggressive. But
Yep.
Honestly, McLaughlin's doing a great job of popping that ball up. That's yeah. Brian Gonzalez with a good point too. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. That missed field goal matters now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and punish McLaughlin for missing a 55-yarder into the wind. And it was dang close.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it does matter. I just, like, that's still a low percentage kick.
See, I don't get why the linebackers are – like, why is KJ Britt that far back? Timeout. Braswell with the stop at the line of scrimmage. Why aren't you calling a timeout? If I was a coach and the place I'm going, timeout. Like, right away. Yeah, they put a second back on.
Yeah, good to know Lamar Jackson setting career records.
Yeah. The Ravens seem very concerned about giving up this lead.
Right.
But again, the Bucs can cover, which would be huge. But the Bucs, I could also see them just giving up a couple of big runs here because that's what they've done.
Oh my gosh. Do you know who's in for the Ravens?
Tyler Huntley.
Josh Johnson.
Oh, Josh Johnson, the former Buccaneer great.
Yeah. Huntley went to Miami after Tua went down. I think he was on their practice squad, and Miami signed him off the practice squad. So that is former Buccaneer great Josh Johnson. I am now down 2.41 points.
2 points?
2.41. That is what I need.
So you need a snap, Bucs ball back.
I need Antoine Winfield Jr. to make a tackle right here. That'll get me 1.75 of it. Or a forced fumble.
Yeah. And he recovers it and takes it to the house.
I'll take it.
Nah. Well, I meant Winfield.
Yeah.
Bucs
good play for the Bucs.
Yeah, good play for the Bucs. They use their third timeout.
They're gonna have 100.
And they might cover. They might cover. How about those Bucs?
Yep. The Harbaughs seem to be a pretty good coaching family.
Yeah, they win. Thanks to Tyler Lavelle for this $2 super chat who says, we still contenders, or has this shown a porous defense?
Both things can be true.
Yes. This is not a Super Bowl winning defense. Maybe a blocked punt, but not return for a touchdown so Chris Godwin can still make some plays?
Yeah.
Nope.
Basically, 2 10-yard catches away.
And Trey Palmer's going to return it a little bit. All right, now to the 30. Still a minute and a half to go. Crazier things have happened. Oh, man. Let's get that cover. And your fantasy football win.
Yeah, let's. This is no longer about the Bucs, chat. This is all about me. I've got.
Oh, man. All right, Bucs got Godwin in the slots. Trey Palmer out to the left. Baker looking to the right. Knocked away by Kyle Hamilton.
Pass deflection helps me.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You could have picked that off, though.
I'm not going to root for that now. 1.91 now. Yeah, it would have.
What if Chris Godwin catches it, gets like 15 yards, then fumbles, but the fumble is forced by Kyle Hamilton?
The 15-yard catch would do it for me. That would get me the W.
Baker gets sacked. Oh, man.
Tick.
And again, just a reminder to everybody, we will have a Pewter post-game show. Oh, man, Godwin was open. But they're trying to hit the big play.
Yeah.
Scott Reynolds will be on. Oh, nice block by Luke Gedeke. Baker over the middle. It's caught by Chris Godwin.
Yes!
For a first down. He looks injured, though, and that's
No!
horrible.
Oh, no.
Now the Bucs season could be over. Not over, but
Oh.
Baker looks upset. That's kind of why you don't play your starters in this situation.
Mhm.
Man. Did you win your fantasy game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously, more important things. Yeah, that's super stressful because, the Bucs will be looking at going into Atlanta. No Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. The Bucs may have to run for 300 yards. Apparently Baker packed a Zin.
He did
on
what?
the sideline. A Zin. You know what a Zin is? It's like a little nicotine pouch thing.
Gotcha.
It's like a substitute for tobacco.
Gotcha.
All right. We have a super chat. Thanks to Todd G for this $1.99 super chat, who says, "Why the F are our starters in This Is Bowls?" If you score, you make it a one-possession game. You fight until the end. That was worst case scenario. Oh, Godwin's getting carted off too. Oh, and he's in an air cast.
That's
On the freaking last play. Man. If tonight wasn't tough enough. Geist85, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, season is over and Bowles finally fired. Again, still a long way to go. They're 4-3. That injury obviously doesn't look good for Chris Godwin. But yeah, who knows? Baker overthrows Trey Palmer. Hammy Actual with the $4.99 super chat says, "Okay, that's a fireable offense. Godwin hurt.
well,
Nothing.
And there's context around this, right, Matt? Because the Bucs lost Antoine Winfield Jr. for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
On the last play of the Washington game when they were up multiple scores.
Right.
Like this is a pattern now, right?
Todd G, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. As Baker runs, he's going to throw it to Otten, gets out of bounds, 30 seconds to go. Dumbest thing ever happening in garbage time. Man, I feel horrible. 3rd and 1. Baker dumps it off to Sean Tucker. He's finally getting playing time. Tucker gets out of bounds around the 40 with 23 seconds to go. We got a 1999 super chat from Mopar Buck. Thank you so much. Says, Baker Mayfield is officially the most hated guy in Tampa.
Why?
Listen, I appreciate the super chat, but I don't understand that. And I don't know, it wasn't Baker's fault that Chris Godwin got hurt. Like, Godwin was running down the field. If anything, Bowles would be the most hated man in Tampa, not Baker.
Yeah, that would be my assertion as well.
Yeah. Appreciate the super chat, though. Wasn't the best game for Baker. There's no doubt about it. Hammy Actual with a $4.99 super chat says, guys, I rewinded it. Godwin's leg was pounding the wrong way. He's done for nothing, and so is our season. I mean, it's horrible at any moment in the game, but the fact that it was so late in the game when, kind of out of reach. Oh, facing the wrong way. Oh, God. Baker down the field, incomplete to McMillan. Raging Brisket says freak accident.
Yeah, less likely for that freak accident to happen if he was on the sidelines.
Yeah, almost impossible. Not 100% impossible, but because, someone could land out of bounds and run into you or whatever, but yeah. Bucs still fighting, though. 18 seconds. Baker pump fakes, throws over the middle, can't hit Sean Tucker. Yeah. Down 10 with under a minute to go. It's tough. Bucs Basement, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, is this a fireable offensive goal?
Not with the Glazers.
No.
They're not going to.
Yeah. But thank you for the super chat. I mean, now the game's done. You can't score a touchdown and kick a field goal and do the onside kick. Baker's going to scramble, do the right thing, just go down. And that's going to do it. Bucs lose 41-31.
Just, God.
But may have lost their season as well based on the injuries to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. We'll have the Pewter postgame show on in a little bit. Josh, thanks again for hopping on. Fun doing it with you. Not much more to say based on what happened, in that last moment. But, I'll have the Pewter postgame on in a little bit. So for Josh Queipo, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you for the Pewter postgame show very soon.
Yep.
Peace out.
See you.